Yeah, so Barrett just walked in here and he was like, "Oh, we need pre-show people." I'm like, "Yep." And then he just turned around and walked away. So it's just us. Oh, nope, there's Barrett. Gonna draw wieners of different size and girth.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kind of Funny Podcast pre-show. It's your boy Barrett Courtney here by himself. What's up, Kevin?
Hey, man.
How's your weekend?
Good.
Yeah?
No, that's not true. I mean,
don't lie to me.
It was interesting. I decided I was going to change out the sunshade of my Tiguan car.
Okay.
And, because to do that, it costs $2,000 to get
Jesus
it done.
Christ.
To get it done.
Wow.
And I found out why. Oh, man. It is a really, really difficult thing to try to do.
That sucks.
Did
you do it, though?
Well, yeah, I was able to fully change it out. The problem is, for whatever reason, when the track comes out, it doesn't fit, so I have to take it apart and see what the hell I did wrong.
Gotcha.
So that's fun.
No, I'm sorry, bud.
Nah, it's cool. It happens.
I have a dilemma, Kevin.
Let me hear it.
So a few weeks ago, we live in like an upstairs apartment, and we've got downstairs neighbors. Sure. One day, one of our downstairs neighbors noticed that some random lady was putting her trash into our trash cans.
Yeah, my mom does that.
And originally our trash cans were underneath like the stairs to go up to our apartment.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. They're pretty out in the open, so it's pretty easy to look over and be like, I have extra trash, and you throw it away. We've noticed it's been a consistent thing with this one specific lady. And so eventually, like, the downstairs neighbor hit up our landlord and was like, "Oh, we don't know what to do. Like, there are a lot of weeks where we have trouble fitting all of our trash into the trash cans." So
now, have you caught her doing this? Have you seen her?
So I'm building to that, Kev.
Okay.
I'm building to it.
Here we go. Oh,
so,
man, I'm excited.
The landlord's called, like, "Hey, we need to figure this out, whatever. We need to figure out in a way where we're not trying to catch this lady and yell at her."
Well, I mean, you don't have to go
But again,
there.
I'm not involved in the situation yet. This is just the story I have been told.
You don't got to go to 10 is what I'm saying.
So, the landlord's called, and then there's like a little back area behind the stairs,
Sure.
and decided to put the trash cans back there, and then build a door in front of it.
Cool.
And when I heard this plan, I was like, all right, cool, door,
Seems like
all
a
right.
solution, yeah.
The day the door goes up, I immediately see two major problems. The door itself doesn't have a lock on it.
Okay.
Like, it's imposing. It's like, oh, there's a door. I shouldn't go past here.
Yeah, people don't like
But
doors.
there's no lock on it, so you just open it, and then boom, there are our trash cans. And that's what the lady who's been dumping her trash into our trash cans figured, because she still does it.
Now, let me interrupt here and ask.
Okay.
So she was being me. She was doing the thing where I go to other
You were
neighbors.
desperate. You're in a moment of desperation.
I was.
This lady is doing it like randomly on a fucking Thursday in the middle of a day.
Now,
weird.
has anyone attempted to talk to her?
Again, I'm building to that, Kevin.
Oh, you're just taking so long.
No, I'm not. All right,
It's
so
part of the story, Kevin.
Here's
It's part of the adventure.
the other problem with this fucking door, Kevin.
All right.
Are we talking about the downstairs trash?
Yeah, we're
trash
talking
bin?
about our trash bins.
The new
And just
thing?
for the people that don't know,
This is
you,
for the
in
people that
fact,
don't know
live,
the visual.
live with Andy.
The visual, yeah. So
Or do I
here's
live
our
with
house right here,
I don't
right?
think it goes either way.
So house, or mark that as house. House,
Take off your glasses. You don't need those to
Boom.
see.
house. Over here we've got like this weird, like bar that holds up our stairs that
Okay,
we go up.
yeah.
So
It's a
bar,
support structure.
yeah, support
Beam.
beam, SB for short,
Uh-huh.
right here. So the door.
Andy, what the fuck? Just do it away
What
from
was
the
that?
mic. He like wet burped into the goddamn
That was
mic.
a good squat.
That
and
was
gobble
like
burp.
that was like hot and
That was
weird.
a
that
squat
was
and gobble
nasty.
kung pao burp, baby.
I'm sure that Barrett's smelling it now. Take it in,
All
Barrett.
good.
So we've got the house and the support
Yeah,
beam
yeah.
right here. The door is made right here. Boom. And it's got like all these like little checks on it. It's a cute little door, right?
Okay.
Door right here. The problem is, Kevin, even if we get a lock on this guy, right?
Yeah.
There's this other house right here.
There's a gap.
And there's this big ass fucking gap in between the bar and the house. So even if we put a lock on the door, this lady can still get in and put her fucking trash in our trash bins.
Why
She's
is she
probably-
targeting
she's
us, though?
probably
I don't know why she's
feels
targeting
so
us. We got
targeted.
tagged. We got fucking in trouble for having coats and shit in our
Coats?
like this lady is like dropping off random
Barrett,
trash.
I've been waiting for 15 minutes. Has
Okay, so hold on. I haven't talked to this lady yet. But Alyssa, the day that we came back from RTX, Alyssa came here before us. She came here early.
To be continued, Kevin.
And so she saw a lady come out from where our trash bins are, but she didn't catch her in the act. But then when she like went over to look at our trash bins, there's like coats and shit in our compost. And it's like, so now I have to take off like a week at this point.
So no one has talked to this lady.
No one has talked to this fucking...
A no would have been easy. A no would have been simple to say.
Coats.
I was building up to it, Kevin. But now...
I missed you, Ed.
Now I have to fucking like take a week off of work or just work from home and just scope out, look outside of our bedroom window because like we have a good view of the area.
Try to get an eye on the
and just get a when I see her go down there, I'm gonna run down there and be like, fucking stop it.
First of all, this is the first time you're gonna have this conversation. You should walk down there and be like, hey, please don't do that. And if you do it again, I'm gonna call the cops. And there you go.
No, I'm gonna go fucking stop it because we've done all of these things to obviously be like, hey, don't come back here.
What's the one thing I missed?
One thing was done. Somebody put a door that has
and it's a shitty
flaw.
door.
There's a total flaw. There's also a hole.
It's just not a big enough door. Like there's a total gap.
There's a big ass gap, and it's so God.
Tim, some lady keeps putting her trash into
our bins.
Barrett's bin.
And it's driving me.
But I do that at night
fucking
too,
insane.
so I feel like a villain.
No, you do again. You do that in a moment of desperation, where I feel like I'm not a huge fan of putting trash into other people's bins, but I understand his like where we have trash, we need to get it out, and like bins are on the curb.
Yeah,
they're on the curb.
It's
the
Tuesday
government's.
at 3 a.m, and I got work in the morning.
Yeah,
but it's like I got shit in my room. I need to clear out. I need to make room. Are you leaving, Trish?
No, not yet.
Oh,
okay. Hanging out.
You like popped your head and like, oh, I'm out of here.
She was leaving. I don't know why. I didn't mean to act like I was looking forward to you leaving. Sorry if I gave off that impression.
You can go sit in.
Yeah, you can sit in.
Brought presents for everyone.
What?
Oh my God.
And forgot
Trisha presents.
I forgot to give them out on the other two things I was on today.
Did you have fun today?
I had so
It's
much
a
fun
packed day.
today. We've been talking about doing this for years.
Like
And it
we've
just
never
hasn't
even
happened.
we never even had you at the old studio, did we? I don't think so.
No, I think the last time I did stuff with you guys was like IGN. Like
You did love and sex stuff with us
oh,
too
yeah,
when we
that's
came to your house.
You came to my house when I was at my old duplex. Yeah, we filmed in my backyard.
You just
and
showed
then
up.
we talked about sex stuff and didn't know each other very well. It was very funny.
It was awkward.
That's Nick. That classic
When we
Nick.
left, I was like, I don't think Trisha likes me.
Oh, that's super not true.
That's how most people meet Nick, though. To be fair,
Yeah,
to be
Nick
fair.
It's always just sex.
All right, I'm gonna pop out of here. I told my story.
Really
Bye,
hard. I was
everybody.
like, yeah, it
I
didn't work.
think if I remember correctly, Nick, you and I had some like really funny moments. In
We
that.
did. We did. Those actually
Yeah,
performed
right?
very, very well for us. Unlike the most recent episodes of Love and Sex stuff that we put up that
Got buried.
you got buried.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The
I didn't
algorithms
see-
these days, they don't like sex.
I didn't see you guys were still doing it.
We didn't for years, and then we brought it back for 8 episodes, and
Okay.
it just did not work.
You know,
It did not
sometimes you
work.
got to change it up and make it fresh. I get
Yeah.
it.
Well, the biggest problem is like I feel like YouTube straight up buried it because it has sex in the title.
You know how YouTube
Yeah,
be now.
exactly. They be like that. And on top of that, just like the things have changed. So like the headlines and thumbnails weren't as salacious as I might have made them in 2015, for
Right,
example.
right.
You know, so
Let me
They
just
were
tell you,
salacious.
my vlog series titled The Naked Truth, nobody's seeing that.
yeah.
Thanks, YouTube. Nobody's seeing that right now. You know, that's why it's time to make some changes, I guess. But no, I brought these. Well, I know for a fact that Greg is a big DC fan. Everyone
is.
else big
I'm a
DC
huge
fans
DC
here?
fan.
Okay,
Cheers.
great.
Diet Coke
So,
Diet Coke for the win.
what is in this Ubisoft bag that has nothing to do with Ubisoft? I just used the bag. Is something I got from DC Universe had a big event in LA, and I thought my San
Fantastic.
Francisco friends don't get to go to these events and don't
So-
get the swag.
That's fun.
So I would bring it for you. Also, my husband is hilarious, and he's like, if you bring one more action figure into this house, I swear to God,
That
Trisha,
reminds me of someone.
because we have no room for it.
No, so literally, I have this discussion with Greg on the monthly basis. I'm like, listen, Greg, it's time for another purge, and I give him a box, and he has to just put the ones that likes least in the box.
Well, I figure you guys have both office space and home space.
We do have home
so
space.
if these end up being giveaways, I will not be offended. But otherwise, if you have room for them, these are some of the Justice League animated
animated.
Oh, I love that.
figures. So Green Lantern.
That's awesome.
And Hawkgirl.
I feel like Bear
Batman.
would absolutely love these.
Yeah, this
I'm looking
has
at them
Barrett
myself. These are
written
sick.
all over it.
Yeah,
I'm taking
and
the Batman.
Flash. So these are
The
some.
Flash one looks awesome.
Yeah, these are some things that I procured during an event in Los Angeles that I figured none of you guys would have been at. So I was saying, Greg, that I know that you're a big DC fan.
These
so
are so cool.
I wanted to bring
this
these
style
up.
is so rad.
Right? That's what I really liked about them too. In fact, it's funny. I go down the rabbit hole deep on like toy reviews and stuff like that because I'm a big action figure junkie. But people have said that they're not so crazy about the paint on these, but the sculpts are amazing, and I really like these stylized
They like the
look
paint.
that they
What's
have.
wrong with the
Paint. They look great.
I guess they were saying on
Ding's
like
easy.
some of the black like gets into the eyes on some of them and stuff like that, and that they might be a little bit stiff. So I saw someone on one of the forums say take some hot water and a hairdryer to them, which I had never heard to
There's
do to
always
your
the secret.
action figures
Life
before
hacks.
to get the
To get a little bit
joints
Whoa,
moving a little
I didn't
easier
know
for
that.
posability.
Wow.
But
Levels
yeah.
of articulation.
Points of articulation.
Points of
That's what I said.
articulation.
That's exactly what I said.
Volumetric.
more.
Wow.
Glasses.
what I
Can I
said.
can I pay you a compliment real quick?
Yeah.
Your nails are amazing.
Thank you.
Has anyone noticed these?
Oh yeah.
Look at those
I
are
don't think
sick.
so.
They're like a rainbow.
They're a little shiny. I got them done like yesterday, and I went and I asked for some crazy complex design for Comic-Con, and the lovely lady that I got was like, no.
She's like, or
Well, she kept
Rainbow.
saying, she was so funny because I was like, oh, this comic book design will be really cool, and she was like, that doesn't look good.
Oh my god.
And I was like,
love
no,
it.
I'm telling you what I want, though. Like, this is a picture of what I'm actively asking
I'm not
you
asking for your.
I have an old tailor that used to tell me the exact same thing. And they'd be like, I'd be like, how much? No, that's not gonna look good. Don't do that.
You're like, no, but I want that. Though.
No,
Yeah, but I
absolutely
feel
not.
like your old tailor was right. Like you would be like, pull it in tighter, and he'd be like, no,
No,
fabric.
let it out all the way,
can't
all the
spread
way. Those are amazing, though. I love
Thank
that.
you. Yeah, I for my wedding, I got my nails done to look like the One Ring. So I got them done gold with the Elvish script in black all
Lord of the
across
Rings,
them.
best trilogy of all time.
Totally. I'll
come
show you a
on.
picture of my wedding shoes.
Just trying to get in on it now.
That's what in, man. I missed you. You're gone.
But yeah, the lady that did those nails was like, "What language is this?" I was like, "It's not real.
Don't worry about it.
Totally fiction.
Put it on my
Just
fingers.
do it. Just do it just like the picture, please. Thank
Yeah.
you so much."
Don't mess it up, or people will understand that you messed it up.
Right, exactly. But anyway, I know you guys have work to do, so I will let you get on. But before I do that, I'm gonna try to take an Instagram picture with all
hell
of you
yeah.
right
Sure. Oh,
here
of
during
course.
the pre-show. Let me see. Did I? Oh, I didn't bring in my phone. Yes, I did. I threw it right over there. Ha you're amazing. Okay.
You want to get in?
Yeah, Greg, sit in so we're nice and symmetrical. Because Instagram.
Yeah.
I mean, they can shoot it
Do
for
you
you.
want them to
There's
take it
there's
for
other
you?
people in the room.
Yeah, why don't you come around?
Yeah, you come
Yeah.
around back between
You
me
should
and
get back
Andy.
here.
Wasn't
So you're
I
lit.
telling you guys that I'm like so used to having to take my own Instagram photos?
Here, come in the middle.
There we go.
Yay! Okay, funny faces. One more
Awesome.
funny
Okay.
faces. Okay.
Nick's nailing it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Trish.
I love
Thanks,
you guys all so
Love
much.
you.
Have fun.
Bye. Have a good flight.
See you
Thank you for
next
making time
week,
for
maybe.
us.
Or this week. Shit.
Yeah,
Time.
2 days.
So,
Enigmatic asks, can Trisha share any STCC panel she's hosting?
I am doing the How to Build a Geek Brand That Changes the World panel on Friday.
How to build a geek brand that changes the world on Friday.
Friday at noon.
Friday at noon.
Be there.
Bye.
Bye.
Now, I have to ask a question I hate asking.
Please do.
Yeah.
Is it a joke or is Andy wearing glasses? Are these real glasses?
They're the ever scroll
Movement,
glasses.
dude.
Movement
MVMC.
Yeah, I see the
Sounds kinda
MVMT
funny.
on there, Tim. Thank you.
Hey, didn't know if you could read.
Does that tell me if it's real glasses or fake glasses? No, it doesn't, Tim.
Chicago, go
He
to the
answered that
library and
part.
read a book for once. I'm back, baby.
Yeah, I
Can
posted
I-
an Instagram story and just said, for the next Tony Stark, I trust you, just with a picture of Andy's face.
Oh man.
How about that?
There you go.
Can I try your glasses on? Can I see how cool I look in your glasses?
Sure.
I'm thinking about wearing glasses now.
Really?
Because we did a thing while you're gone.
I saw
really
that.
popular
I saw
episode.
that.
I'm just thinking about how,
Most popular.
I heard. So I heard that you played trumpet.
No?
He did.
I did. You didn't watch the episode of the show?
I had a lot of stuff going on.
It was a pretty good episode. I got a lot of views,
Yeah?
actually.
Yeah.
I actually saw you like Instagram storying a lot, like just late at night, not doing stuff.
Yeah,
Seems
you
like
weren't
you could
doing
easily
shit.
watch KFAF during that time.
Here's the thing, though, Greg. A lot of time zone problems.
Oh, that's a good point. Actually,
That's the other problem.
In Texas, the time zone just shifts, and you're like, "Wow, it's 4 a.m. I got to go to bed
Gotta go
now."
to bed.
Yeah.
Here's something I throw this out, non sequitur, but I thought of it,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to interrupt Trish because she was giving us these lovely
Toys.
presents. What if we, and by we I mean Cool Greg on his time, that he has spare time because he has a lot of it after hours, because I've seen him just outside hanging out.
He's in the night.
sun. He just stares at the sun until he goes blind. What if we took all the Love and Sex Stuff episodes
Good
and
call.
put them on Pornhub?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good
Done.
idea. Totally.
What about getting our advertisement on Pornhub?
It was too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick
After
couldn't
15,
get lunch delivered
after
today. You
15
think he's gonna pull that off?
we're gonna blame me for this? We're gonna blame me for this?
Hey,
one?
man, it was in your hands. Our lives were in your hands.
It was your phone. I'm never ordering on your stupid phone ever again.
Yeah, it's my phone. Sorry, you've never used an iPhone. It's
God.
understandable.
And then I looked at the desktop on your iPhone or whatever the fuck it is. What do they call the home screen? No. Where are all the apps? Not wallpaper.
Home screen. Yeah, home screen. Home screen.
right?
Yeah.
And, madness. Group your
One
goddamn
page.
apps.
One page. One
Group
page
your
apps. Don't need anything else.
Oh.
But I can't even. No, I can't imagine that sinking feeling in your body when you're like, where's the Uber Eats guy?
I witnessed it all happen.
Here's the deal. So like Joey, so we planned this out because we had a production meeting on Friday, and we were like, "Hey, Trisha's coming in on Monday," but Joey's like, "Hey, I'm gone. I got stuff I got to do," because apparently she has this whole life away from us, which again I vehemently disagree with.
I don't
but
think she should either.
Evidently,
I agree.
Looking into the legalities of it, you're not allowed to tell people that you work with that they can and can't do anything.
Well, you just
period.
you just told Cool Greg that he has to work at night now, uploading to Pornhub.
Does that sound like he's gonna
After staring into the sun for hours.
Listen, he's fine, okay? Cool Greg's
All
a
right, sorry,
different
we don't
beast.
need to defend him. Back to Joey. Back to Joey.
Joey's like, I gotta go. I'm not coming in on Monday. I was like, cool. I'm gonna take the reins because I don't have anything. I don't have any shows on Monday except for the podcast. Like, I'll make sure we get food. As you were getting up to do We Have Cool Friends, I was like, hey, we should order something. And you go, cool, use my phone. That's where it all went wrong. I should have downloaded Uber Eats onto my phone, or at least ordered it because I didn't have control over the whole thing. I wasn't getting the notifications that it got delivered because I wasn't looking at your phone. I put it on your desk thinking, oh, they'll just buzz in, and lo and behold, it got delivered to the totally wrong address. But then I called that address, people that live there.
My wife.
Yeah. And I was like, did you get like 15 things like for food? And she was like, she's like, and I thought she was like, you're
Just like bloated on the couch.
I was
Jen,
like,
FaceTime me. FaceTime me right now. Prove you didn't eat all that food.
yeah, Jen was like, no, it didn't come. It didn't arrive, but it said it arrived. So I called the Uber Eats guy, which is not an Uber Eats guy. It's, it's a call center somewhere who God knows where. And the guy's like, hold on. It was taking 10 minutes. The guy's like, okay, I had to, first off, it was your phone that ordered it. So I had to,
Confusing,
I called
right?
you my boss. I was like, it's my boss. He's so mad at me.
I like that. And that's
Yada, yada,
official now,
yada.
guys. In the eyes of Uber.
Yeah.
I'm Nick's boss.
And the guy's like, listen, I'm going to call the vendor and find out what happened. This is already 10 minutes in. And you guys had just come off the podcast. And I was like, you know what? I think we're just going to reorder it. It wasn't that expensive. We're just going to reorder it.
Definitely expensive.
And the guy didn't understand me. We were just not having, it was not a good situation. And finally, I just hung up on him and I just had you reorder it. Because I was like, this is not going to get resolved. The food's gone.
I want to
It's
start
gone.
this off by saying this is not your fault at all. Because yes, I would have done the same mistake and been like, "Fuck, this sucks." But Nick went into pure panic mode, and I was like, "I'm just gonna stay out of this."
Yeah, same here. I was scared.
We're
I
dangerous
wasn't
territory.
scared. I was like annoyed. I
But,
wasn't
yeah,
panicked.
but I love.
Annoying
I love that there
comes
was a
before the
moment-
anger.
I know you well enough that there
Yeah.
was a moment that you handled very well, but there was a moment where I saw Nick get angry with the phone and try to run through anyone he could blame for this. And then you were like, you know what? No, we're going to figure this out. And then you handled it. We got our food.
Well, because I was like, I don't care about you fucking hacks.
Uh-huh.
Okay? If I'm
Trish.
being 100% honest, if I saw you buried under a pile of human dog shit, like dog and human shit,
Ever since he started comedy, he's so much sharper. Human dog shit. And you start going, human and dog shit.
gone. If I saw you hacks buried under dog shit, I wouldn't care. But Trisha was here today.
Yeah,
okay?
you did the right thing,
and I
yeah.
haven't seen her forever. And I felt bad because I was like, oh, I know that feeling when you get off a show and the food's there. Oh, it's so good. And you have you guys would have had an hour and a half to eat or whatever it
big
was.
CZ in the fridge.
Hang out. We're going to chat and catch up. Instead, we all just stared at each other, hungry.
What do we do?
I saw you over there fucking cannonballing a Cadbury bar.
Yeah,
I
thanks,
was
Adam
eating-
Nickerson. I was
Oh,
right into those Cadbury.
God.
Big
So I just
Core,
felt bad.
Big Core sent us a bunch of snacks like he usually does. So I had to get in there and get a little mini bag of hot Cheetos with limon,
Sure.
just to kind of stave off the hunger. And it was delicious. Really, really happy.
I just don't like how cool Andy looks. Now, granted, it's a sight for sore eyes situation. I haven't seen the kid in forever, but now he's wearing the glasses. He's got the
thanks for the
Fitbit.
qualifier.
He's got the cool shirt on, the cool jacket. Andy's top
I
level
never
is
wore
cool.
white shirts, man. Never
I
did
know
white
you look
shirt.
great.
Because
in
you
it.
talk about how dark your nipples are.
Nipple
That's
show
the
through.
problem.
Can I see him in this?
Granted that the design is wide enough, and also the combination of the bomber jacket
Now here's what I'll say.
that will hide the nipple.
Can I see your nipples right now if you weren't wearing it? Oh, I guess.
But granted, white.
It's coming
like,
through. I can see the
I'm
left
used
one.
to like. I think I told Tim this back in the day where I would always just like the thing that we would do was just buy plain T-shirts. We never bought graphic tees.
Sure, yeah.
Kind of like out of high school, it was always American Apparel. We would just buy. Oh, they have this new V-neck in this color. Cool, let me do that. New V-neck in this color, and I bought like a really kind of light yellow dandelion almost colored
Dandelion.
shirt.
Sure.
Holy shit, that's the thinnest shirt of all time. Very similar to this, very thin shirt. I'm not super happy with
I don't
because
see.
this
my
doesn't.
thing
This
is
isn't a Bella T.
I know, but I
doesn't
like,
feel like it. It's
that
I
fancy
like the
shit.
cut of those shirts. I have the Meow Wolf one that I wore last week when you were gone.
This is one of
here.
those.
Yeah, I like the fabric. I like the cut of them. I like the sleeves being a little higher. All that jazz is great. But when I tried that on, I could literally see my chest hair through it, and I'm like, I can't. This is too much.
Yeah.
This is too much.
I have like 20 hairs on each nipple. That's about it.
It's beautiful. It's the
Top.
perfect
I
amount.
just shave them off.
That is the perfect amount of hair.
I
You
do
ever pluck
want to
'em?
say
I don't pluck them.
I had a
this
friend
is-
named Kyle who used to pluck
your
them
look
in
right here,
college.
like you left us and then you came back. It was like when Phil Spencer like left Xbox and then
Yeah.
came back, and he came
Yeah.
back with his like look.
Cool guy.
That's like
Cool guy Phil.
that's like the era you're in right
Big
now.
Philly style.
Yeah.
I mean, well, he kind of looked like this before. He just added the glasses and now the white shirt. The Fitbit came
a new
earlier.
era, man.
Again, sight for sore eyes.
You know what you look like? You remind me of like when we go to like places like Kansas City, and
Yeah.
I'll go to a real cool coffee
shop, yep.
And you're the
Fuck
guy
yeah.
behind the thing making my coffee. Like
Can I
when we were in
interrupt
New
real
York.
quick?
Yeah, go.
Is he wearing that like blue denim, like worn-in apron that he loves so much?
100%.
What now?
That
What
you're
about-
not sure if they make him wear or if he just wears.
Exactly.
see?
What's the
his
hat
apparel.
situation on a given
no,
Tuesday?
no hat situation because he's got
Sure.
the hair going, which
But what
I
about
don't
like that
understand.
little beanie that would sit back here? That
That's a
little
yarmulke?
thing? No, no, the knit cap.
No, but when I went to
no.
New York, remember we all kind of we did the New York meet and greet, but that morning of we all kind of split off into the city and explored a
Right.
little bit. And by all of us explored by ourselves, I mean like none of you guys would return my text, so I just went by myself to a coffee shop.
You're such a liar.
But I went to get breakfast. Well, you were sleeping, so. But I went to get breakfast, and the guy behind the counter that told me breakfast was so cool that I was like trying to impress him. That's what you look like right now. And he was not impressed by me.
Where you kind of you see
was
him,
like-
you're
I
like,
was
why
like-
aren't you in movies?
Well, I was like, what do you do? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, what's your
like,
life about?
You're not here. Like, what do you do?
What's your story?
Are you an artist, musician, artist, tattoo musician, artist? Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
And you know how they're so fucking cool in New York on the island. They're just like, I don't know what borough I was in. I'm sure it was
Manhattan.
something cool. I've
You were in
never heard of it.
Manhattan.
Well, no, like, I'm sorry, not the district. You know, how it's like the meat,
like
I know it's
Hell's
like the
Kitchen.
meat packing district,
meatpacking
or the
district.
model packing
Bon.
district.
Districts are cool, man.
It's cool. Not here,
District
though.
9.
Not in San
Good movie.
Francisco.
Great movie, Tim.
Yeah.
Great
Kevin,
movie.
what is your artist story that you told me this weekend?
Oh, I was like, artist story? What are you talking about? So on Saturday, I decided I was going to install a sunshade in my car that had broken.
I'm stopping right here. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kind of Funny
we gotta
podcast.
hear- we gotta hear this for real.
Whatever's about to happen, you all need to hear it. I'm sorry. Car shade.
I imagine it's like a car with an umbrella on it that catches air every once in a
Is
while.
it like one of those things that's like where you used to fold out and put over your windshield and it would have like a cool design
no,
on it?
it's so much simpler than
Oh,
that.
with the
You guys
holes,
are
the
making a
little
big
punch
deal
holes.
about it.
It'd be like giant sunglasses or like
like-
Beetlejuice.
It's like a live action Mario Kart.
All right,
You
shut up,
jump
let
off
me
the thing.
explain.
Sorry. Welcome to the podcast. Here's Kevin.
So my Tiguan has a panoramic sunroof, right? Which had a cover on it that at one point my mom went to Tahoe and called me and was like, "Hey, I'm like an hour away from Tahoe. My car has just stopped working. Can you come pick me up?" And I was like, "This car has no AC?"
Like Lake Tahoe?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours from here.
Yeah. So I
just
was
saw it
like,
throwing out
my
I'm going to Hawaii. I'm still like packing, and she like started freaking out, and I was like, "Don't worry, Mom, I'll go get you."
You're a good son.
Yeah. So I went and I
your
get her,
boy.
but
Great son. I'd like
it
all
was
line, get
that
your boy.
1 week 2 years ago that it was like 110 degrees here. So
Oh.
on the road there in traffic without any AC, it melted it. It melted the sunshade, right? It just collapsed.
Wait, so it was open and the shade, the plastic thing that goes over it.
Yeah, it's like a cloth that goes over it that
cloth, okay.
that covers the sun,
Gotcha.
right? So it creates shade from the sun.
Sure. Okay.
Oh, sunshade.
Anyways, so
I'll be European pronunciation.
hold on, now I'm trying to. There it is. All right, what? It won't go any. It won't go any further. What is this show? So
He keeps reaching for the camera. He's scaring me. Like, I gotta dodge it.
so I went to I like went to find out how much it cost to replace that. $2,000.
For the mesh?
Yeah,
$2,000.
$2,000.
Kevin Coyle's not going to stand for that. He'll get some
fuck that.
cheesecloth and fix it.
Kevin's good. Kevin has a threshold, and anything over $200, Kevin does himself. That's what he wants to do.
I think it's lower than that personally. But okay.
So yeah, like,
I think hold on.
It's a big job because they have to remove the headliner, which is the cover of the top of the car. And I looked it up online. I was like, oh, this shit doesn't seem too hard. Boy, was I fucking
Let me buy an
wrong.
Under Armour
Yeah.
shirt and cut it in
Yeah.
half.
So I bought the OEM sunshade. I got it in, and I've had it for like 2 weeks, but we've been busy. So this weekend, since Paula's working so much overtime, I'm like, all right, well, I have nothing to do, so I'm gonna just spend my weekend doing this. So I went and spent probably 12 hours doing this.
Christ.
It was so much more complicated than like. I think that the article that I was reading was someone like a different model, because like it was like, oh, you just remove the top glass and then there's 2 screws. You take those out and you can take off.
So Kevin took this
second.
car apart.
I
Yeah.
took it apart completely.
I like to imagine you just look
halfway-
over and it's just all parts.
Those
Four
pictures
tires.
of that.
Four
Yeah.
wheels.
four wheels.
I really disassembled
chassis.
it, and it wasn't that bad. The problem is when you get to a certain point.
You can't remember
like-
how to put it back together.
No, I put it back together totally fine.
And he had all these leftover pieces.
I have 2 leftover screws. That's
Car
it.
goes faster because it's much lighter.
I have a tricycle now.
But, like,
now I have a
found, like,
convertible.
I found a YouTube video that like walks you through it, and like I halfway through it was like, all right, this is where you got to call your friend. Oh, it's in Spanish too, which is fun. I'm really happy. I speak 2 languages. Anyways, halfway through, the guy in the video was like, all right, now you got to get your friend because this part's heavy, and I was like, oh fuck, I didn't get to this part of the
You're like,
video.
that's what you
before.
got. You got to list that shit up front,
Yeah,
so I know to have
yeah.
a friend there.
Now you get your
Anyways,
chain winch and you
So
pick out the
glass-
transmission.
Yeah,
the
you're like,
glass,
engine out.
The glass and this giant metal thing. Like
Yeah.
as he said that, fucking
Dangerous.
fell, and I caught with one arm. Had to flip over with my feet, hold it up, and then slowly bring it down. It worked out fine. It worked out fine. But I was outside
visual.
doing this for a while,
You
right?
know what?
And then
Please tell me you're outside shirtless, like swim trunks, just rolling around doing all this.
no. I was wearing one of my like Nickelodeon shirts.
Cool.
And then it started sprinkling, and I was like, well, I gotta fucking fix this problem. So I pulled my pickup truck out of the garage, put the Tiguan into the garage to continue to work on it. And when I did that, I went and parked on the street. And then some woman like randomly flagged me down. And I was like, oh. She was like, hey, do you have jumper cables? And I was like, I just bought 3 jumper cables. So
Of course you're gonna
each
help.
car has a jumper cable now. So yeah, we're set, lady.
She's pretty stoked.
Yeah, no, she really was, because she's like, my car's down, I don't know what to do.
She's like, do you need help holding that
She found
glass?
the right guy.
Yeah. So I like flip the car over, start
She's like, my roof melted. I need help.
I
Another 12 hours. I'll help you out.
I put the cables on there, and we're just making small talk. And she looks at me and she's like, "Are you an artist?" And I'm like, "Excuse me." She's like, "Well, the way you're dressed." And I was like, "No, no."
Like, this is my sleepy time gear.
I'm not, it wasn't my sleepy time gear. I was wearing this.
It
hat.
wasn't that yellow shirt that he was wearing at spring break.
That's a good shirt. That's my nap time. Anyway, so I was wearing this hat, a Nickelodeon shirt, and like my red pants, which R.I.P. man.
They're gone.
Oh yeah, you ripped the hole in those
There was
fuckers.
Destroyed.
No,
This job destroyed him?
yeah, because I'm inside a car, like my legs spread over 2 seats, holding something up. At some point, it was just too much blue.
There's motor oil all over me.
His foot's coming out
No,
the gas
there's no
can.
oils.
Wait,
Yeah,
too much
stop.
what to the crotch?
I just blew it out. I said
He
it.
blew it out. Yeah, he ripped that shit out.
It's just like-
Kevin goes through pants faster than I go through tissue.
No, it's because I refuse to buy new pants because I keep saying like I'm gonna lose weight right around the corner.
Sure.
I don't want to
Yeah.
have big pants.
Just get stretchy pants.
And then we ordered Squat and Gobble.
Yeah. and like I'm sweating from all that.
Trust me,
Anywho,
I plan
so
on eating a salad today, Kevin.
Why don't you order a salad from Squat and Gobble?
Yeah.
Like I did.
No, I have some in the
there.
fridge, but I was like, I would love some beef.
So yeah, that was the story. For whatever reason, I was dressed like an artist, which I don't know if is an insult.
No,
Or
no.
something.
It's your hair. Your luxurious locks pulled back
You
like
could be a
that.
DJ. I would buy that.
You look
Or
like
a painter.
No, I think I'm thinking painter. I'm thinking
that's-
somebody who like buys his own open kind of office space.
Yep.
And
Gallery.
just like a gallery sort of thing, and goes
He's
there.
always
and
talking about
works
how
on
good the light is.
weekends.
Why do
It's
you like
one
this?
of
The
those.
light's
It's,
great.
it's the he's got the canvas this big and he just does the paintbrush and goes.
Yeah. You know,
Puts
you
it
know
like-
what I'm
puts it
picturing?
I call this one Paula Paula.
You know what I'm picturing? You know what I'm picturing? Bryan Cranston talking to the woman in Breaking Bad, where they're like, where it's a look into the past, and he's got the long hair,
Yeah.
and they're looking at the equations on the wall, and they're talking about how many
Gray matter.
the human body,
Yeah, it's great matter.
how many pieces the human body has or whatever. You remember
Pieces?
that, or pieces of me, the whole human
Ashley
body,
Simpson.
and it's like a look
it's
back.
The how much water it was, right?
Yeah, and they're like trying to account for. Oh, it's when the body disintegrates in the fucking in the tub. Remember the body?
Buckets,
You
the buckets.
Yeah. I remember that.
remember that scene? Anyway, I picture Kevin in that scene where it's like very blurry, and he's just he's standing like this.
If you're an audio listener, his back's to us.
Very Ferris Bueller.
And
Very Ferris Bueller in the R. Kelly.
Then afterwards, she asked me a bunch of car questions that I wasn't equipped to answer.
Was this woman? Did she really need the jump, or was she looking for a different kind of jump from one Kevin Quella?
Did she wanna play with your paintbrush?
She really needed the jump. She was getting her dogs.
Spayed.
No,
No, please let him finish.
Their hair done.
So maybe she was like, "Are you an artist? Can you?"
someone has a business like down the block that is like they'll do dog washes.
We're really building
And,
this
like-
universe.
Hold on, 'cause-
Is the dog's hair done?
yeah, they get the hair done, and it was one of these like poodles with all the hair that's like perfectly round. Like
Sure.
legit, it was perfect. The lady had done
Sphere.
an amazingly good job. Yeah, it was a
It was
sphere.
like a 3D fucking
But-
sculpt.
Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, I'm just getting my dog's thing done. I look over, there's 4 fucking dogs. She has 4 identical poodles.
Oh,
It's too much.
Christ, that's weird. Poodle people.
Too
are weird.
much, you know?
I'll say that.
Now I'm picturing the back of Dumb and Dumber where they have all the mustard and ketchup on them in the beginning when they're rolling around that van.
Anyways, that was my story.
Kev,
See
can
later.
you?
It was good. I did not expect the artist story to go that way.
Can you go
good.
to Instagram.com?
I also don't know why we talk.
Hi_I'm.
Why do we do anything with the
Chewy.
I can't
podcast?
hear anything you're
Let
saying,
Kevin
Tim.
do it.
Hi, I'm Chewy with
Hi, I'm
underscores
Chewy.
in
Oh,
between.
Okay, I know Chewy.
I sympathize with Kevin, and I'll tell you why. Because there are things. Greg's in a mood today.
Kevin almost, or Greg
No,
almost.
me and
spit
Andy
take
are the
it.
only ones really. What? How do I spell it? Oh, I know Chewy.
I know.
I know Chewy. I know this dog. I know what I'm about to do.
Oh, I know.
So, so bring this up. We've
me
talked
2
about this
seconds.
dog
We've talked
many,
about this dog before.
many times.
This little
But
shit.
he's this
Look at
like
that.
beautiful
Oh, shit.
fucking Pomeranian that's
He's
taught to
Stranger
do
Things
He knows how to do.
cosplaying.
Keep scrolling down. Scroll really.
look at that
Hold on,
Stranger
don't click
Things
through. Just scroll down first. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Okay, cool. Yeah, like any of these
Kegel?
pictures. Look how fucking adorable this
Wait.
dog is, right?
Oh my God! Is he? He was.
We've all been there, guy. We've all been there, you know what I mean? Free! I'm all in.
He's got a polo on.
Look how many boas he
But, like,
has!
They taught him how to do this pose where he just constantly do like that one.
Yeah.
And he just always
He's wearing
does
a
it.
bathrobe?
He reminds me of Andy
Yeah.
so fucking much. But my mind was blown this weekend. Scroll all the way up, Kev. Right there, bottom left. Boom.
Oh, little baby. He's a
No.
little
No,
baby.
he's
not a baby.
That's
He's
all
small.
small. Yeah, his
Yeah.
body is
That's
so
how small
tiny.
they are.
But it's like
Yeah, they're
I would
small.
think he's so much fatter than he is, but
Yeah,
no.
No,
It's like-
no.
Have you ever pet a Pomeranian?
And not that I know of.
When you grab, they compress.
I mean, he's so small.
Can I see the cosplay where he's one of the Scoop Squad? Over.
Yeah.
There it is, right there.
Is that what they're called? The Scoop Squad?
He's got big muscles.
Because it's not a real. It's just a pirate outfit or a sailor outfit. It's like
Yeah,
Popeye.
they added the.
It's not a strange. It's not. That's not officially licensed
No,
Stranger
it's- yeah,
Things
the
2
Scoop
version.
Boy.
I see.
Did you guys finish Stranger Things at all?
I'm like 3 episodes in. No, I'm like 4 or 5.
Yeah, there's
Good
just
stuff,
there's a
dude.
moment where they
Digging it.
break off into teams and they have to get code names, and when the show actually really smart in breaking the people up because
Yeah.
there's so many characters now, and they all have to have something cool to do that, of course, culminate to the end. But the kids, Steve and the girl and
Robin?
the kid without his teeth, are become the Scoop Squad. It's
Scoop
great.
Squad, baby.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm
It's,
digging it. I think it's really cool.
I think season 3 is the best.
Yeah,
think
like
it's great.
I'm far more interested in what's going on than in season 2.
Fun fact, and this blew my mind because I went to look up some of the newer characters. the girl is Robin, right? Is that her
Maya
name?
Hawke.
Maya Hawke.
Yeah.
The daughter of
Ethan
Ethan
Hawke?
Hawke and Uma Thurman.
Wow.
And you look at her, you're like, oh my God, she looks exactly like
looks exactly like Uma Thurman,
It is
dude.
fucking
It's
wild.
crazy.
She's great.
Ken,
Yeah,
while
she's
I do
really
the
good
intro,
in
bring
this.
up a photo of her because now I got to see her with that information. Because I watched a lot of this with Jen, and then I listened to a lot of it while I played Astrobot and I was in VR. So I feel like I'm connected to these characters.
Yeah.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Kind of Funny podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer/seducer Nick Scarpino.
Hello.
Over there, the Hispanic heartthrob Andy Cortez. What got you there?
It's Maya, I think.
I don't know if I would have gotten that right either. I'm not going to deal with that.
It auto-populated.
Look, I just.
Oh, there's an E
And
at
there's
the
an E
end.
at the end, yeah.
Oh, I see it.
you see
I
it.
can see it. Oh, man.
Click on
Look
that.
at Uma next to her.
Click on
Yeah.
the top left-hand one.
Yeah. Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah, you can see it.
That's
Good for
great.
her.
I'll be honest, though. I think she's got better acting chops than her mom.
Don't be rude,
don't-
all right?
yeah, don't
She
say
was,
that.
her mom
At
was
that
poison
age?
fucking Ivy.
At that age, like when I think of Uma Thurman, young Uma Thurman in a little movie, I'm gonna blow your mind called Johnny Be Good. That's right. She played his girlfriend in that.
I
wasn't
know
as
I
good.
should remember Johnny B. Good, but I don't remember Johnny
Anthony
B. Good.
Michael Hall, Robert Downey Jr. Anthony Michael Hall plays like the high school quarterback that's being courted by all the colleges. This is a good movie. It's a fun movie.
I kind of
not
disagree.
ringing
I feel
a
like
bell.
I feel like a lot. Like I'm loving season 3. I feel like a lot of the acting is just kind of.
I think the kids, the actors in general have gotten better. I think the show is tighter, and I love that they're playing with genres now because the show is really like 5 80s movies in one.
Yeah.
It's like Terminator, Aliens.
I like all the mall stuff.
Yeah.
I like how much they love the mall.
Dude, I saw one
believe
review that
Tim
was like
hasn't seen an
they
episode?
underutilized the Star Court. I was like, every fucking scene's in that thing, man. And like spoilers, the entire climax is in that fucking thing.
Whoa, wait,
Ah,
whoa,
ah,
man. Come on.
the mall! Hey, why you gotta say, what's this creature doing? It's Stranger. It's a thing.
Jesus.
Forbes 30 under 30, a.k.a. the second best baby blues in San Francisco, a.k.a. the verified one at Tim Gettys.
Touches
You haven't
Stranger
seen
Thing.
one episode of Stranger Things?
He watched one.
I've seen one episode.
Okay,
Yes.
my apologies.
like
That's it. I
Was
liked
it the
a lot.
one where Al goes like on the lamb or whatever? No one liked that
It's
episode.
episode 1.
Egos.
I saw episode 1.
Season one, I did not like and stopped watching. Season 2, I watched all the way through and I was like, this is fun.
No.
And then season 3 came around. I was like, okay, cool. And they're in the mall. That was cool. And then, like I said, played Astrobot, VR visor on, listened with one ear to what
You're
was
in a different
happening.
world.
Got the thing what was going on over here with this ear.
Bringing
You're
your
living
immersion.
in the
Hopper was
present,
doing
man.
some stuff to some people. I was listening to that. I knew it was up.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, this is the Kind of Funny podcast. Each and every week, usually four best friends gather on this table, coming to talk about their lives and what's happening in them. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny, where you can get each and every episode early, including the pre and post shows. They're ad free. Everything's great. You'd get to see how we rambled into Kevin being an artist. Because I had to start it there, but there was funny episodes and things before that. Trisha Hirschberger was here, gave us a whole bunch of presents right there. Right
the
there.
Berg.
The Herschel
The
Walker.
burner. Yeah. Mahershala Ali.
Herschel Ali.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
see,
Okay, you
right,
guys
yeah.
got there.
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Hershey's.
Kisses.
Kisses and
Yeah,
bars.
the Hershey Highway. Poop shoot.
What is
You know what I'm saying? If you don't want the show early, ad-free, pre and post shows, watch it live, none of that jazz, no big deal. You can get it as one big video on youtube.com/kindafunny, roosterteeth.com, and podcast services each and every Friday morning.
Around.
The globe.
Nice. Good job. I was like, did I forget the table? I know people like the table pound. I don't want to forget.
I mean, I
that.
like that. I don't know if anybody else likes it.
We
Today,
didn't have it last week.
I want to. Do we not?
No, people were upset about it.
Sorry, everybody. Didn't mean to let you down. We had a good show last week, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of really good shows. Some
Andy
say
was
one of
there,
our
it was
best
great.
shows. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was really great.
I want to thank our Patreon producers, Mark Starvagi, DJ Kento, Kieran O'Donnell, Sam Davis. Today, we're brought to you by Quip and Audible, but I'll tell you about that later.
Starvaji.
We'll send you back to Austin in the minor leagues.
He
all right?
tweeted at me. He's like, hey, I appreciate you, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and by the way, it is a soft G.
So how do I say it?
Starvaji.
Starvagi. Okay, cool.
What did you say, Starvagi?
I don't know what I fucking said.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that I didn't do the table pound last week. You kidding me? You think I remember?
I don't
think I
remember
know
5
enough
seconds
around
ago.
here?
Who are
Exactly.
you? Where are you people? Where am I? Why does he look so cool?
Yeah, right. Andy, you're back from Texas.
I'm back, man.
How was it?
It was great. It was great.
Do you
Really
hate?
hot.
Do you hate working with us and living in San Francisco as much as you play it up on the internet? Because it's starting to hurt my feelings.
I mean, I really don't like San Francisco, but
okay.
how
how long do you think you can stick it out for us? Because we just lost Andrea. It's gonna be.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. If you don't like San Francisco, you're gonna hate LA. So when that chapter of your life opens, good fucking.
That's just
luck.
it's more of a money thing. More of a money thing.
Yeah,
More of a money
LA
thing.
is very
But I had a
expensive
lot of fun. I did RTX differently this year.
Okay, lay it on me.
And it's usually because the past 2 years that I've done it, I mean, shit, I guess the past 3 since the year that I worked there, my family would come up to visit Austin, and they would always ask me, hey, do you have 2 hours free here? Oh, I have an hour free here. Let's go get lunch. Let's go get dinner in between this little gap. Which should also cost me to miss things with you. I can't even fucking talk right now. So I would miss dinner with you guys, or I would miss a hangout over here, or like the VIP meet and greet, or the whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So this year I was like, hey, how about you just come to RTX the fucking like last day, and then you pick me up and we drive back home to the RGV, and I stay there, and I'm in the valley for like 3 days, right?
Sure.
Instead of like, it becomes really.
Trying to balance
It sounds
the
like
business and pleasure
It's
part.
like such a. I mean, not even that. It sounds like such a first world problem, but it's stressful to be like, oh, I have an hour here. Let me go.
No, you
And
want to do right
it's
by your
stressful.
family, but you're also there for work. It's
Especially with
different.
how busy it is,
Yeah.
And I was also bummed that I like, as much as I loved my grandma's cooking, she like made awesome food for me last year. But I missed the team dinner last year, which I really wanted to be there for.
A lot of people said you should have invited us to your grandma's cooking. You know what I mean?
That was great.
Yeah,
it was real
sucks.
good.
That seems like it would have been a great team dinner.
It was real good. Yeah, so this year I went back home and I was there for a few days. And it was awesome, just hanging with family and doing the whole like, so how's San Francisco, that whole thing, and people just small talk, the whole
Sure,
small talk thing.
yeah. They're like, are you wearing glasses? I see. What is your prescription? You're like, nah, these are just Movement Everscroll glasses.
Movement Ever Scrolls. I don't even know if we're. I don't even know.
Because he looks awesome.
Because I like him, but also all the blue light. There's so much
a lot of
blue
blue
light
light.
everywhere.
Dude.
Not anymore.
blue blockers.
Trying to negate it.
Everclear.
It's Everscroll.
Everclear.
But then, then I came back to Austin and I hung there, and then I went out with. I went to go visit the RT offices.
Sure.
And got to. I didn't record anything. There was some people asking me if I recorded anything with Achievement Hunter or anything. They were doing like a big Minecraft day. It was one of the rare days where like Gavin Free's in the office. So like, we gotta fucking record Minecraft.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah. So yeah, they were just recording shit. We were just hanging out, just like me and Fredo and shit, walking around. Barb gave me a new tour of the sort of new bungalow area, which like I hadn't seen yet.
No.
It's just crazy how much has changed with the bungalow. It was cool just being in Austin and hanging out. And then I got to hang out with like just a lot of friends that I don't really get to see that often.
Sure.
Yeah.
See Caesar?
Caesar. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I saw him on the last day. Yeah.
And his boy Caesar. Real good at Mario Kart.
We were just playing a lot of
that
a lot of
motherfucker?
Mario Maker. Yeah, that motherfucker.
That fucking smug bastard.
yeah.
Piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah. He has the world
Hope he's
record on
doing
my level,
great.
by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Of course he
hate
does.
him.
Of course
I
he
hate
does.
him.
Yeah, so it was cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Good.
How was last week without me? What'd y'all do?
Pretty great.
Fantasy.
Yeah, it was great.
Fantasy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds fun.
We
Didn't
had
even need
a
you.
really fun party mode.
I missed you.
Nick
know what I
played a
mean?
trumpet.
Nick played a trumpet.
I heard.
I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
You heard a hearsay. You didn't actually hear me.
You
play
didn't
the
see
trumpet.
it. You didn't hear the
because you didn't
performance.
watch the episode. But
That's pretty great.
Stop.
what
We're
happened
stoked about
was, you obviously
Bad internet in the valley.
Yeah, I understand. The internet's not over the world. In the country, a lot of places in the country just don't have it. Gaps.
Information superhighway takes a
Dial-up
detour. Yeah.
modem.
Yeah.
No, I was just out. We're having some fun because you normally play the Warboat theme, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to challenge myself. It's what I do as an artist, as a human being on a daily basis.
most artists
How we
do.
grow. And I said, I got an old trumpet up there. I'm going to pull it down. I'm going to brush it off, and I'm going to spend 30 minutes annoying Tim by trying to figure out how to remember how to write sheet music, and B, like how to do the notes.
Yeah.
And I figured it out. I nailed it.
I heard it was
did
really
nail
good.
it.
I heard it was really good.
And
then-
being in the room, hearing him practice and try to figure it out, I was worried because it was just a lot of. And I get it, you were just trying to get there, but then eventually, all of a sudden, it hit. I'm like, oh my god,
What's
that was
amazing-
like some idiot savant should just.
It's amazing because I was like, I cannot remember. I remember how to play the trumpet. Obviously, when you do something for like 15 years straight, that's going to come back to you. Could not remember how to write sheet music though. Like which one, when you go over the certain point, where does the line go down, and what's the whole note versus the half note versus the quarter note? I was like, I'm just going to write all the notes out.
Every
My
good
brain
boy
will fill
does
it
fine.
in. But what's amazing is I went home, and my wife was like, "Did you pull your trumpet down off the shelf?" And I was like, "Yeah." I had
You're
to
like,
pull,
how can I do anything in this house and you not notice it?
Well, we only have, you guys have been in my house. We only have 4 things in my apartment.
There's
Sure.
been a shift in the dust.
And my wife's like, I don't understand. But and then she's like, are you going to clean that thing off before you put it back up? And I was like, well, I am now, obviously. But I
polish
told
that
her,
bad boy?
well, I was like, I'm thinking about cleaning my trumpet and then taking it to work because sometimes I'm here a little late and you guys leave and I could, maybe practice trumpet. And it was about at that point where my wife started laughing at me and did not stop laughing at me for an hour. And I was like, are you fucking laughing at me because I'm a nerd? And she's like, yeah, I'm fucking laughing at you because you're a nerd.
So I assume that's why you wouldn't play it at home for the public mockery of it. So even the mention of playing it somewhere else brought along the public mockery from your wife.
She was wheezing, and all I could hear her say
your
was,
wife.
between wheezes, was, your trumpet. That was it. And I was like, dude, this is like being back in high school and you're one of the cute dancers that I had a crush on and you wouldn't even talk to me. She's like, yeah, it is.
I would love nothing more than like to go home and be like, oh, fuck, I forgot something I need for work. Come back here at like 6:30. It's like moonlit. Everybody's here.
Do you have the little fucking thing? Do you
Yeah, I
have
brought the
little-
Harmon mute. I bought a straight mute and a Harmon mute to
You
play
have
on.
more mutes?
No, I only have those
These
two.
are the things you put on the end of the.
But no,
like
you're talking about
plungers?
the
Yeah.
plunger thing that you put
Yeah.
on the end of. No, I never used plungers.
That's awesome. Though.
I just had like.
If you
mutes.
started using a plunger, it'd be cool. You'd be like Louis up there.
Right?
Louis Armstrong,
Yeah.
not Louis C.K. We don't-
No,
we
no.
don't draw a parallel between me and him. We
Doing
both do
other things
comedy.
with a different
He just
trumpet.
does it on
No,
a
different
level.
trumpet. It's different trumpet.
Yeah, so that was fun last week. That was real fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad
But,
you
know,
glad
maybe
you all had a
if
blast.
we need it again, maybe I'll bring it back. Who knows? A lot of people are saying that we should start the KFA of band because between all of us, we play at least 2 instruments.
We
So
do.
that's great.
Wow.
I play the vocals.
And we
Play
all know the
throat.
guitar and trumpet go together so well.
yeah, so perfectly.
They go together.
Lou Vega,
Ska
baby.
music
Lou
there, let's
Vega.
go.
Bega.
Lou Vega.
Barrett play an instrument?
Blair plays drums.
Yeah, there
Oh,
you
here,
go.
Barrett heard music. He's in here. Yeah, he
Barrett-
plays the drums.
I'd imagine Barrett plays like the harmonica. Can you see him out on a river somewhere just fucking...
No, I see him playing the drums for sure. Not
Right.
the-
Sit in the
Nick
chair.
is hitting that
How long
harmonica
did you
about his
actually?
Can we
sorrows.
get a shock mic pulled up, please?
It's up.
All right.
Yeah, I played the drums for a very long time in my life, but it's
Did you play set or did you play like percussion line?
both.
Drum line.
I started in like middle school band and learn all like the percussion instruments we had there. That was like a really fun time of like learning the timpani and shit like that, and like playing the marimba. And we had like a percussion group, and like one of our performances we played "Girls" by the Beastie Boys. That was fun.
Bum, 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 bum,
And then
bum,
I
bum,
slowly learned, like I had a drum set in Ohio and slowly taught myself stuff. And then I had a set, I brought that set out here, but it was just so hard to keep in San Francisco for so long.
A lot of space that takes up.
Yeah, like I lived over in Alameda for a couple of years, and I had like our garage could hold it, but once I graduated high school and my mom was moving down to San Jose, like I was staying up here and there was just no place for me to have it. So I haven't played drums regularly since probably like 2013, 2014. And I've been like really itching lately to like go back and like try to find somewhere that has a set that I can play on.
I'm telling you right
Electric
now.
drum
What
set.
you end up doing with your set?
I sold it. It was very
Turned
sad.
into be a one-piece
So you don't
band.
play the harmonica though?
No.
See,
you
the reason
try?
I think that you would is because
'Cause I like
the
Bob
Frog
Dylan.
does, and you and
Okay.
Kermit, I kind of see a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
between.
Fucking hate you.
Yeah.
I see it.
Is there a reference there, or is that just an
Yeah.
insult? Just
Tiny
to,
hat.
Just an
Can you
insult.
imagine him with some little like,
so many.
like,
songs
dude, yeah.
about rain.
Halloween
I
costume. I wanna
picture
see
like
you
a
as
fly
Kermit.
coming around on that tongue.
Does that have an
Jesus.
But there is a place on Taraval. We would skip math class every like Wednesday.
Badass.
And go down to this place on Taraval down the street from Lincoln, and you could like rent out like a practice room, and they would have like sets in there and stuff. And that place still exists, but I don't know if they still do that.
They
because
definitely
Alyssa like
No chance in hell.
yeah, I
That
know.
place still
I like
operates the same way.
yeah, like Alyssa is gone for the next couple of weeks, so I'm trying to like find things to do to like preoccupy
Zelda,
my
dude.
time.
Yeah.
And I've been itching to want to play, so I
Jerk
want to
it.
like at least just like walk over there and be like, hey, you guys used to do this.
hey, you remember
years
me?
ago."
Don's still working here?
Don's been dead for 40 years.
Yeah. And it was like such a like they had it on their sign. It was like $3 to rent a room for like an hour, and they had like full sets in there.
Prices
and stuff.
definitely aren't the same.
So yeah, I do miss it. I miss it a lot.
That's awesome. Yeah, it just
Well, we got a
just
full band.
I was gonna say just pulling out the trumpet last week it gave me mad nostalgia, but it also made me very sad because I was like, wow, I can't play this thing like I used to, and I was never great at trumpet. But remember when you do something every day for like 10 years straight, you are much better at it than if you stop doing that and then 20 years later decide to pick it up for your stupid internet show. And so I was like, wow, I don't have chops anymore for this. This is crazy. And then I think, what would I be like? Where would I be at if I had just kept up
Nowhere.
just playing it. No, I don't mean
You'd
like
be real good at trumpet,
skill-wise.
but
I don't mean like I mean skill wise.
yeah,
I don't
okay.
mean like I'd be because I was never I had no illusions that I would ever be an actual like musician. I didn't have
Trumpeteer?
I just didn't have the dedication for it. Or the passion for it. A lot of my friends were like, I want to be a studio musician or a real gig like touring musician. Or some of them wanted to go into like teaching, things like that. Like my buddy Scott is a teacher, but he had to learn like 50 different. That's maybe an exaggeration. 15 different instruments, including piano and like brass and
Like
woodwind
a
instruments.
veterinarian.
Vegetarian.
Piano, all those things. So it's just, and I have friends that played and kept playing and now playing like smaller jazz bands, things like that, just for fun.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I would be a lot better if I just kept going.
I
But never
I
did.
miss it a lot. When I was in Austin, one of my good friends, he actually played drums in my band. We were like both the co-writers for the band or whatever.
It's not that piece of shit Caesar, right?
No, it's my
Okay.
friend Maui. I hit him up the Thursday night that I was in Austin. I was like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Let's go get dinner or whatever. And he was like, oh, I'm actually playing a show at Stubbs.
Barbecue joint.
Yeah, barbecue joint. The indoor set, not the big outside set or whatever.
He wasn't
They were a
headlining.
smaller
He
band.
wasn't
They're a smaller
headlining.
band.
He's like, don't forget your coleslaw. Here's our next track.
Order number 7 is ready. Speaking of 7.
Speaking of seven, what? Is that the name of the song?
Yes, he's playing Avenged Sevenfold songs.
Gotcha. So he's in a band with two friends of ours named Audrey and Allie, and they both play guitar. They're
What's
both
the band's
vocalists. They're called
Thumbelina.
Hex Boyfriend.
Gotcha.
They
Are they
are
witches? Is it a
they're
witch thing?
fucking great.
Is it a witch thing?
Nah, just
it's
like
about mathematics,
just like pop
like
rock,
hexagonal.
and
Cool.
like they are very, very good. They're coming out with an album soon. I'm totally plugging them right now because they're fucking good. And I knew that they'd be good because I hate using the word jammed out because it's such a dumb
Jammed
thing
out
to
with your
say.
clammed out.
There's
But like
nothing
back-
cooler
but like
than
back in the
you
day
right
when
now jamming
When I
out.
first moved to Austin, like my friend Maui had this place in his basement where that's where we would go practice. We would
$3 an hour.
We would go jam out there, and Allie and them would be there and they'd play guitar and they would harmonize. I was like, God, they're fucking so talented. So when I saw them live and when I saw them kill it, I was like, it's kind of expected. Like I know how good these people are at what they do. It was a great set. And my friend Nikki was standing next to me, and she was somebody who I've known forever. She would always go to our shows back in the day. She was like, do you ever miss it? I was like, oh, all the time, dude. Like, it's just so fun practicing for a set and then actually going up on stage and like, fucking with the crowd and making jokes and cracking jokes and, hey, we got merch in the bag, we got CDs or whatever. It was just really fun.
Yeah.
Miss those days.
It's sad that you
Do
don't
it
get
again.
that opportunity to get in front of a
hard.
crowd and pimp your merch. It's just sad.
And make jokes. Play the guitar.
Screw with the crowd. Yeah.
That's right.
It's sad you don't get that. You don't get that experience anymore.
You should start an SF band.
I've always said that how Steel Panther is like the 80s kind of cover band.
Yeah.
I want to do that for like late 90s, early 2000s, like pop punk emo.
Yeah.
And I want to be like the cover band where we dress up like bands in that era, and it's like you're coming for an
So
experience.
you just take off the bomber jacket and walk out and play.
Pretty much. I mean, I put my head down. I would like put I would dress how I dressed for that episode of Debatable, where me and Barry did
Gotcha.
pop punk, where I
Yeah.
had the fake like earplugs on. Not
I mean, I'll
earplugs,
tell
but
you, dude,
know what I mean.
those bands are
Cages.
alive. Like Tainted
Cages.
Love is like I don't know if you've heard of Tainted Love. They're like Steel Panther.
Yeah.
I imagine because you said they were an '80s cover band. I've never heard of Steel Panther before.
Oh, really?
But I imagine they're the
It
same
is,
kind of.
yeah.
There's another one I think. There's Tainted Love and there's always one that people talk about, but I can't remember the name of it. And there's also Super
Beatles.
Diamond. No, those are it was a different era.
I know of
band.
Steel Panther because I always see videos of celebrities going up on stage and singing with them.
I saw Steel Panther perform at Tahoe once.
Yeah, they totally dress up like fucking like
Tainted
rat. Yeah, all that bullshit.
Tainted
It's
Love does
great.
the same thing where there's like I think there's like 8 of them. And it's all I think I don't know, I haven't seen them in years, but I saw them once and then I saw them like 5 years later. I'm like, I think this is a whole different cast of people in this band.
It's like
more of an
Menudo.
idea.
It's like
yeah,
Menudo.
well, I think they just get people whoever they can get and they bring them in and they have a core group.
As a
hate it
quick
when
aside,
Menudo changed their name to MDO.
Thank you. As a quick aside, what's the hit Menudo song? I remember growing up having the Menudo record.
Menudo,
That's the
you
one.
Eat it. It's soup.
Kevin. Kevin with his masterful musical stylings, picking
Yes,
up
sir.
time to drop in. I have no idea. I don't remember.
Did you have the Menudo album too, though? Like,
No, like I just know that like my cousins and my neighbors listened to Menudo back in the
What?
day.
Tim?
I have no idea what the fuck Menudo is.
Menudo, look at Menudo.
is like
Melissa Menudo?
Menudo is a boy band.
It's
they're,
like
they're a
DeBarge.
Mexican boy band, but They
Do they do the
they
ketchup
rotate
song?
a cast. They rotate cast.
Yeah,
They've
if you
been
got
around
too old, they
since, like,
kicked you out.
They've been around since like the 80s and shit.
What?
I don't even know if they're still around. But they changed their name to MDO.
Oh my god. These fuckers.
Yeah, so
like,
they-
what was that
That's
big song?
MDO. Yeah, no, I can't remember what Menudo song I would have cared about.
Kevin and his search results. His
All right,
perfect
top
search
song
results.
is Claridad. Oh, I'm gonna play it.
That's it, Kevin.
Ricky Martin was in there?
There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah. We're probably gonna get fucking.
No,
Dude,
Menudo,
Andy,
they
is this doing shit for you? Because this is doing shit for me.
I
don't
never,
know.
you know, I never loved Menudo.
get it.
Menudo's
The
all-
food.
So Menudo, the
The
food.
food.
I mean, even the band too, I guess.
well, you must have loved him because you knew about him. You know what I mean? It's a cultural
not-
thing.
that's not how it
Yeah, I
works.
guess so.
Sweeping the nation.
That's not how it
Menudo,
works.
the food is the food that you
God
would.
damn, those are some tight high pants.
Show him, Kevin.
Holy shit!
Why are they so high? That homie in the middle, dude. You gotta pull those down just a little bit, bro. That's
I
kinda,
swear
that's
they
kinda-
were.
Guy on the right.
Which
I
one?
swear they recruit like Menudo kids, whether you're like 6 years old or 18. Like,
Which one's
yeah,
Ricky
so
Martin?
they're just a band that changes
Scroll
through
down
the
one.
decades.
There you go. And this that one over there at the end with them and the headbands and the purple. I think that's the album I had growing up. The one, yeah, that guy right there. That's what I had. That's what little
Reaching
Greg.
out.
That's what little Greg had in his record player.
Yo,
back
They
then.
all
what's
look like
going
AC
on with
Slater.
their?
It's great.
Do they have just like?
Macho
Bandages,
Man?
It looks really
Oh
cool.
no, bro. That was to keep the heat in. You know what I mean? That was to make sure your muscles didn't get too big.
Wow.
We all
Kevin,
we all had to
keep
wear
the
those.
heat in.
navys.
Can you
Got
Google
it.
MDO Menudo just to see like the new version of it? Like just type in the letters MDO.
Mark
yeah,
Anthony?
I got it.
Mark
Dude,
Anthony.
that
Hell
was the
yeah.
shit, man.
Yeah. See, when they kind of
See?
came back, they did like an LFO
Jesus,
type of.
this
that
is
looks
wow.
That is the
Somebody
Halo font.
So late.
Somebody who's yeah, it was.
Can you go back to that first one, Kevin? That is straight up like really bad PS1 game font.
That's one of those logos that someone designed. They're like, it's current, it's now, it's great,
Yeah.
and then the next day you're like, oh no,
Yeah, why
that's
did I
a
do
terrible
that?
logo. Why did
Yeah.
we do that?
Anyway, that's a Menudo.
Menudo.
But Menudo's the food that you would always get at a funeral or a wedding. That's it. Only those two things. Maybe a quinceañera.
I feel like also restaurants on a Sunday.
Oh, really?
always
I
got
guess.
the
Yeah, I
Menudo.
guess I wasn't used to that.
It's
It was
like
just one of those
it's
rare
like it's like
foods.
pasta fagioli. Like it's just like
It's a special kind of occasion.
Then it's not like pasta
No?
fagioli.
Okay.
Pasta fagioli is like the most served thing.
Because I know
ever.
how hard it is. Like it's a difficult procedure to make it. So it's one of those things where like
Yeah,
the
I
person
was way
making
off.
it
This
is
right here,
like
look at
fucking
that.
starts at
Wait,
like
no.
at 3 a.m. or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, with the celery or with the
Are
The
those corn, are those
hominy-
corn nuts?
no, that's onion pieces.
And the little round
and
things
what
are
is-
hominies.
What's a hominy?
That's a great question.
Great.
But my
It's when your
brother
friends
always
It's
thought it
like
was
above
called.
giant
you.
corn. It's like
My brother
stupid
always thought it was
corn.
called alimony.
It's stupid corn or super corn?
stupid corn.
Super corn.
It has like the wrong texture. It's like like breaks down more than it should.
Yeah.
Is it a
Right?
chickpea?
That's unfortunate.
It might. Yeah, it might be a. No, you know
A
what?
garbanzo bean?
No, it's
No,
just
it's
like
not
a
corn.
giant
It's like mega corn.
It's like mega corn.
It's maize. When it gets that big, they call it maize.
No, I think.
What is
all
the difference between
maize
maize and corn?
Maize is sweeter, isn't it?
I don't know. You only talk about it when the Indians
call
brought
it
it
maize
to
sweet corn.
Thanksgiving.
No,
No.
it's the same
thing.
shit.
It's the
You
same
call it
thing.
maíz because it's like
Yeah.
you ask for like a corn tortilla or a tortilla de maíz, just because it's like the same word, right? It's
different
right,
varietal.
Kev?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was back in Austin, obviously when I was back in Texas, period, I was just binge eating. Holy shit, dude!
You got to. You
the
got to.
amount of food that I ate in this goddamn state.
You got fit for RTX, and then you said,
I
"Screw
got
it."
fat after RTX.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, there
That
you
shit's
go.
fucked up. I'm looking at hominy right now.
It looks like
everybody.
I
corn nut.
told you it's stupid
It looks
corn.
like somebody.
Corn nut.
I don't know what a
Yeah, I
corn
think it
nut
might
is,
be a
actually.
corn nut.
You
Yeah,
know what
you're
a
right.
corn nut is? What are you
Corn nut
talking
is?
about?
I mean, I know the name. I know people are like, I like corn nuts.
Dried out corn.
It's
But, like,
actually pretty
I
good.
don't eat- yeah, thank you. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck a corn nut is.
Anyway, dude. So via 313, let's just talk real quick about.
I'd love to know what that tastes like one day.
You didn't go?
No, I went to a fucking IHOP instead.
God damn it, Nick. Oh my god.
Danielle went
dumb.
Danielle went to an IHOP.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I went 2
Honestly,
days. I
it
went
was a
2 days in a
finale.
row.
Yeah, I know.
That was
Thanks-
disgusting.
Thank you for the text. You know how much I wanted.
You weren't even
this.
there. You were
Thank
gone
you.
already.
Thank you for the text, or just thinking about me.
You
Your
were
co-host
gone
on-
already.
on the show.
This was 4 or 5 days after you had left.
Could have brought some home.
So on Thursday, I go by myself, right? And
Yeah.
I'm just like, I have like, it was one of those things where I don't want to invite people because I feel like I'm inconveniencing them.
Sure, yeah.
You know, like, oh, Andy's
Nobody
here. I
wants
gotta
to
go
hang out
out.
with
I
Andy.
gotta go
Yeah,
out. You know.
I hate that.
So I go to the one on Rainy, and the one on Rainy Street is basically like a food truck in this nice
back of the bar.
little, yeah. But
That's where I went on Friday,
yeah.
maybe Saturday.
That's the one we went to, right?
No, we went to the one on East the east side near Violet Crown,
But it was
which
the
is
same
like
idea,
that bar.
right? Little
Same
truck
idea,
next to
yeah.
the bar.
But this is kind of like, it feels a little bit more homey or whatever. And you walk in, and it's like really nice, like trees are covering you and shit like that. So I go up and
A lot of
order.
string lights, I imagine.
I go up and order, and it's delicious or whatever. Oh, I haven't eaten yet. Let me backtrack. I'm sitting at the table.
Yeah.
Imagine this. I'm sitting at the table.
In
I'm
walks
waiting. It's
back.
nighttime. And then in the corner of my eye, Greg, can you describe what I'm about to do?
Sure. In the corner of
Can you
his
describe
eye,
what I'm about to do?
Andy gets off of his chair.
No, I'm still sitting.
Oh, I'm you. I'm you now. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm Andy. I like music. All right. So then
You're looking straight.
I'm looking straight ahead,
And
and suddenly in the corner of my eye, I see a human being scuttering around on the ground, coming at me.
You see something crawling.
What looked like a human
Is it a
being in a
possum?
bomber jacket.
Immediate thought. You got a little cat around here. I look down, a little fucking raccoon.
Inside?
Oh shit!
Like,
sneaky.
but like it's outdoors still.
This is the
okay.
thing. It's not. Yeah, it's a
yeah.
fenced
Rainy
in
Street.
back.
You've been to Rainy Street.
Little
yeah.
raccoon. What like? And then all of a sudden the employee, and I'm like, it's so close to me. It's like right the fuck here.
Yeah.
I'm looking down and I'm kind of like,
What do I do?
I don't feel shocked. I'm just like, that's a raccoon.
Do you not remember the Grandma Miller story? Come on.
And then
Put a
the
box on
coworker
it.
immediately like, hey, get out of here, go. And it kind of like scurries away. And I was like, and everybody around me was like, this is a little raccoon right there. It was so cute. 30 seconds go by. Underneath the food truck, there's like 6 fucking raccoons.
Oh my God.
And I swear to Christ,
They all run out.
they're the most like fucking stereotypical raccoons. They walk out
What does that
and they,
mean?
You're saying racist shit. They're sitting there. They're
like
food.
they're doing the
They're
hand
putting their
thing
thing
that
in
you
the
see in
possum?
every GIF and video, and they're like,
Yeah,
like,
these are
going to
fat ass pizza
they're
eating
going to every
raccoons.
table doing that. And I like to imagine they had like an English accent. Is
Yeah.
maybe like,
no,
"Sir,
guys,
can
I'm
I have
all-
s- can I have a slice of pizza, sir?" They were so fucking
Rahul.
cute, and all of them were doing like this whole little thing.
They're just like, I just sweep your chimney for a slice of pizza.
And there were so many customers that wanted to like.
Sure.
They kind of wait.
No, they were like,
and the
"Don't do
employees
it."
are like, guys, please don't give them
don't.
food.
They
Like,
fucking
give them food.
carry
Keep going back.
rabies. These are monsters. Be
But
careful.
they were all
They have
so
chlamydia,
fucking, like none
like
of
the
them were
koalas.
aggressive. They were so cute, dude. It was like almost like seeing a pigeon out here, where they're not phased by humans. They're just kind of like, like,
What would you do if the next thing Andy was
Oh
like,
my-
so I wanted to introduce you guys to, and
Baby.
just takes fucking, he's like, I brought one home with me. It's like,
Dude, very similar to koalas. If you could domesticate a small raccoon,
Oh, it'd be great.
get outta
fuck
here.
it, you kidding me?
In a heartbeat.
What a jam.
my
What a
zipper
jam.
went down.
Because that's the problem with raccoons and their whole bacon thing is like they're one step away from being human. Because if they could just start talking on top
Oh,
of
that'd be
using it and
awesome to
washing
hang
their
out with.
fucking like you're fucking right there. But instead you're like and they bite you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, they'd be
No,
cool.
but
They can't
I
express
didn't get the
themselves.
vibe from any. There was no danger.
But they
There was
turn.
no-
They're wild animals. They'll
Yeah.
turn on you in
Any
an
second,
instant.
man.
You
No,
give it
but-
to them, they eat it, and they scratch you when they get out.
I think they've just been around people enough to
They're-
where they
You'd
know.
like to think so, but I'm telling you, 1 minute that raccoon's gonna bite somebody.
They were
That's
so
over.
cute.
Be it 313.
I didn't want them to go away. I was kind of pissed off the employees were shooting them away.
Sure.
Because I just wanted to keep looking at them, do their thing,
Yeah,
Sure.
they attack people.
do their begging
Yeah, they're
thing.
scary.
Nick and I were driving a couple days ago, and all around the neighborhood, there's these
All
signs
around the
for a
neighborhood.
lost dog.
Sure.
Yeah.
Don't
And
approach.
And it's like literally, it's this, like, lost dog. Don't
around the
approach.
neighborhood.
Don't call for. Don't chase.
Oh, I saw that.
Don't,
Don't pick
whistle. Don't want to. It's this list of things not to do. It's like, what do you want us to do then?
Threaten it with a knife.
But it's at this point, if your dog can't handle any of that stuff, it's
Darwinism.
It's got to die.
It's just
Yeah.
weird. I just
It's
like I really don't
survivalist
understand
at
what they
this
want
point.
us to do.
Call them.
But like,
put in a
what? We
report.
can't
I've
chase
got
the
eyes
dog.
on the-
So
Hey,
the
we
dog
got
has to
eyes.
literally,
Suspect.
the dog has to literally stand there, and you can't look at it. It's like don't make eye contact. So the dog has to be over in your peripherals.
Don't let it hear you call us.
You can't. You have to pretend like it's not there. It has to not
Remember
see
my
you.
phone number.
Yeah.
Call me if you see it and do this thing. Yeah?
Oh, forget
Sit
about
down.
it.
But did that ever
applesauce.
become like a mission to you? Like, did that become like a mission? Like, you're gonna find that fucking
No, I
dog?
don't
Well, me
the
and
dog
Nick
gets-
talked shit about it for a
It's
second, and we got
hilarious.
Chipotle.
Dude,
What kind of
Jen and I
idiot
were
would do
a
this?
couple weekends ago. Jen and I were walking in Golden Gate Park, and we ran across a very sad, like, loose leaf piece of paper taped to a stump, and it was just like, "I've lost my keys. If you find them, call this number." And I wrote down the number, and then like by the end of our walk through Golden Gate Park, my eyes were throbbing because I was just like fucking Terminator scanning the phone. I'm like, I want to find this guy's keys. I'm gonna find
But
him.
here's my question to you: do you think he found the keys and just didn't take down the note?
No, I think it's just. Like, I honestly thought about calling and asking for specifics
Like, I'm
because there's
here.
many trails in Golden Gate. It's like,
Right.
give me a hint as to where you were. I don't want to just like wander the entire
It's a
park.
Blair Witch Project shit, man.
Did you ever get off the track? Did you stretch on a stump? You know what I mean? Like,
No,
let
at that
me
point,
know
just
where
make-
you went so I can try to trace back.
That's why God made fanny packs. He puts the shit in the fanny pack, zip it up. You don't
Again,
have that
last
problem.
weekend, of course, or 2 weekends ago now, I wore the RTX fanny pack,
Infamously.
right?
You loved it.
It had my Natty Light shorts, the dinosaur and Dayglow
City of
fanny
Austin's
pack.
still talking about it.
I'll have you know, this weekend I wore it non-ironically, where I was like, that was just a great thing, and I'm gonna go
was
play
fun.
Pokemon Go for 9 hours in the park, so I'm gonna take this with me.
Over the weekend, I popped up to Napa with the missus. We were rolling around. We went and sat by a pool. We you like to go up there and sit by a pool. And I round a corner. Peacocks.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Terrifying.
Oh sure.
Bigger than you think.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you guys aware
Did you want to get
that
a
there's
pizza?
peacocks here? And the people are like, yeah. They live on a ranch like nearby, and they just kind of wander over. They're harmless. And
They
I was
just
like,
moved in. They're from.
and I look over, and the fucking peacock, they call it peacocking for a reason, because the peacock looked at me and then went, like it did the thing from fucking Jurassic Park. And then I was like, is he gonna spit fucking shit into my eye? I'm gonna roll down a hill and I'm gonna die. And
Mud
yeah,
everywhere.
it was terrifying. It was terrifying.
Dots,
Yeah, I don't
we got
follow
dots in here.
peacocks.
Yeah.
Nick,
Yeah.
you have a choice for Greg Miller stories from this weekend.
Okay.
First off, not a story from this weekend.
Choose your adventure.
Yeah, Square Pie guys. Open tomorrow on Tuesday. I talked to you about it.
Fantastic.
Finally open fully. Did the soft launch. It's Detroit style pizza, similar to Via 313. Personally, I think Via 313 still god tier, but this is awesome. It's the best Detroit style pizza I've had in San Francisco. I think I need to explore the menu more. I think it can compete. But amazing.
not that good.
And the wings are fucking amazing. The wings are some of the best wings I've ever had. Yeah,
Good to
instant.
know.
So this place is better than Patchy's?
Well, very different kind of pizza. But right now, if you were like, hey, Greg, you can only have one the rest of your life, I would say Square Pie guys.
Well,
Yeah, but you don't love
High price.
Patchy's that much.
It's true. I mean, I like it. But I also ate it for like every other meal for 3 years straight. So like I've had a lot of Pachis.
That's fair.
You get a choice.
Yeah.
2 Greg Miller stories for you. Super weird.
That one.
Hold on. You guys are both good. Super weird dinner party.
Okay.
Second greatest fear of my life come to realization.
I feel like I'm taking a
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, I guess Saturday night or whatever, Jen and I were out having a great time. We played Pokemon Go all day long. Then we went out and we went to Bobby the Butcher's birthday, or Bobby the Easter Bunny, you know him as better.
Bobby the Butcher.
He had a birthday party at Folsom Street Foundry. You remember the Easter Bunny video we watched a long time ago on the morning show?
Yeah.
He had a birthday party, raising money for the family house as usual. Then we went and saw Child's Play. Child's Play the movie.
Yeah, I saw you tweeting about that.
Thanks A-List, right? Where I would never ever pay to see this movie, but I'm like, we're downtown, let's see a movie. We went and saw it. Again, I went in with zero expectations. I enjoyed myself. It's a horror movie.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I would, if you're a horror movie fan, sure, check it out. Probably when it comes to, you have to run to the theater to get it, you know what I mean? Afterwards, then we went and got some food, went and kept drinking, and got really drunk. Somewhere in there, though, we made a decision of, let's get a zip car tomorrow, Sunday, and then go to Target, and then Jen was excited that they redesigned the Pacifica Taco Bell, right? It's a cantina now, plus it's just a, if you're not familiar, the Pacifica,
The world's fanciest taco.
beautiful.
it's famous. It's on the beach. It backs right up to the beach. You can walk up with your sandy feet and order from a little window outside and stuff, but it's right there on the beach. It's gorgeous.
That's
better
all the
than
Taco
Santa
Bell, the
burritos.
classic Taco Bell you know and love.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing better, nothing worse.
Exactly. So now it's the cantina. So now it's even more popular than it was before. So we were like, let's do this. It'll be great. We'll go to Target. We'll do a bunch of other shit. Great. Got in the car. This is a big deal if you need to know for people in San Francisco that don't go to the burbs ever, let alone don't have a car. So we went down there, did a Target run, walked around Target, acted like a bunch of morons. Then we went to the Pacifica Taco Bell, got there, insanely crowded. Insanely fucking crowded, of course. It's already crowded because it's the fanciest Taco Bell. Now it's a cantina, so everybody and their mother wants to go there. Whatever. We lined up, we got there, ordered the food. 40 minutes later, the food was finally ready. But again, I was playing Pokemon Go, and because it's a cantina, I had a beer, so what do I care? I was just hanging out, having a good time. Then, Jen says the words I never like to fucking hear.
Oh, God.
But I was
Terrorists. I just put my pants.
like, Jen says, hey, turns to me and Lucy, we're both playing Pokemon Go. Since we're all just playing Pokemon Go, do you want to go on a little bit of a hike? And like, cause outside, there's the beach, which is very beautiful, and then there's like bluff up there. And we're like,
Big ass mountains.
And me and Lucy are like, yeah, sure, whatever, playing Pokemon Go. We don't
Hard
care.
pass, hard
we'll get to walk the steps in, hatch some eggs, have
Maybe
a great
get
time.
some rare shit.
Exactly. So we're walking up. We're all, there's a path. We're off the path.
Might be a Beetleborg up there.
We're doing the whole thing. We pass a gym full of clowns, and I'm like, do you want to just clown these people out? And they're like, we'll get on the way back. I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. Go up there. And we actually start having a conversation about how much we like San Francisco, right? The climate, all this different stuff. And we're talking about climate. I'm like, oh yeah, it's the city, San Francisco. There's no bugs. A big benefit of being in the city proper, right? There's no bugs around here, right? And literally, as we were talking about this, I look at Jen's leg from behind, of course.
Hot.
I do exactly.
sometimes.
And I'm like, oh, but you actually have a spider on you. And so I go over there and I go to brush the spider off, and I'm like, oh no, it's a tick.
Oh no.
There's a tick on
no.
you. And so she's like, all right, and I brush it off her, and I'm already starting to panic. This is because I don't know if you know, Lyme disease is my second greatest fear.
Oh,
Number
it's
one is cancer
terrifying.
coming back. Number two is Lyme disease. I covered for 7 months a fucking Lyme disease support group in Missouri.
It's terrifying.
And the stories of these motherfuckers, the guy who had to wear Krypton or Eradicator like sunglasses and couldn't go outside and had to felt out his curtains, and like other people who couldn't be awake for more than 3 hours. I was like,
It's
if I
debilitating.
ever get Lyme disease, I'm blowing my fucking brains out. Like I'm not gonna deal with
I'm just
this.
thinking of twang right now, Kevin.
I don't get it.
Lime.
Oh, lime? Lime. Sorry. Okay, cool. I'm thinking of
How do
L-Y.
you
You
spell-
know,
oh, it's spelled
L-Y-M-E.
differently.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Didn't
So
know that.
I brush it off her, and then I look down, and there's one on me, and I brush that off, and Jen's like, well, maybe it just blew back on you, blah, 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 blah. And I'm, again, starting to panic. And sure enough, there's another one on my leg.
no.
I brush that shit off, and I'm
Jesus
like,
Christ.
we need to go now.
How many
Like,
ticks
we
are
need to
there?
get the fuck out now. And like, Jen and Lucy are like, oh, yeah, this sucks. I'm like, no, we need to. And Jen later said to me at home, hours later, it's the most panic she's ever seen in me. It did not know what to do. Because I'm like, we need to go. And I'm like, it's my second greatest fear. This, that. So like, all right, we're going to go this way. And we went a different way because clearly the way we just came from fucking infested with ticks.
I
I'm
just
not
love
going
the
back that way.
qualification of second. Like I love that that's part of the story.
I'm letting you know how high on the Greg Miller
Yeah.
threat indicator this is. I would much rather fight someone barefoot in the street. You understand? And so I'm like, all right, cool. We got to fucking. We start going off the other way, and we're like, oh, we pass other people, and Jen's like, oh, there's ticks over. Oh, okay. And we get over there. And it's like there's a actually paved path over there. That's what we need to get to. And we go all the way over there, and there's just a field of tall grass between us, and it's like.
The ultimate Pokemon Go challenge.
You can't
it
do
cuts
this.
and Jen's got Greg on her shoulders. And she's just like, it's fine. It's going to be okay.
Now, BT dubs, by this point, I've already tucked my pants into my socks and pulled them up,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I do that.
Like, I'm there, I'm like, arms out. Meanwhile,
when you say you
Lucy's
brushed-
got ankles exposed.
Yeah, I was gonna
it's
say,
just
when
like,
you
oh.
say you brushed it off your leg, that was
I'm
through
wearing-
jeans.
I'm wearing pants. Yeah, I'm wearing
So they
slacks.
weren't going to get through the slacks.
No. But it was that thing of like, okay, cool. And so then it's just like very cautiously, carefully going back. Jen's still trying to keep. It's very much like I feel I'm having flashbacks to when my mom would try to tell me everything's okay as a kid. She's like, well, it wasn't that. And like, Jen's like, it could have been the same tick. It could have. And I'm like, the patterns on their backs were not the same. All right,
Jesus.
you didn't see them, Jen.
You don't know.
Get me
They're out
into
there.
the fucking car.
They're out
All
there.
right.
When
And
you
like-
say paved path, what are we talking? Like,
Oh, forget the paved path. We never made it.
Oh,
We had to
got
double
it.
back, and now
Got
now we're walking through it, and we're doing I'm doing this thing with my rolled up, my socks tucked in. You know, like I'm not touching any tall grass.
I would have ran and left them back.
I'm not
left them
fucking
behind.
dealing with this for a goddamn second.
It's one of those things where it's like a zombie apocalypse, right? If your friends don't believe you, leave them behind.
Exactly. Oh no,
Guys,
And- oh my god.
Walking Dead. God, you're crazy. You're too drunk. You know what? Fuck you. You deserve to die. You didn't
I
believe
like
me.
where your head's at, and I want you to keep that in mind.
I'm doing a search for Pacifica ticks. There are a ton of articles that are just tick season survival guide.
Wow.
Like
Dude,
this is a real
This ain't no
epidemic
joke.
here.
These things will fucking kill you. They'll ruin your life, Tim.
Yeah.
Wait, well, so what?
Imagine if you couldn't go out in the sunlight, Tim. Imagine if you went out in the sunlight and had an immediate
Really tick
reaction.
me off.
If I'm not mistaken, when I went through my pop punk phase
Real good.
Earlier this year, you guys remember that?
I do remember your pop
I
punk
looked up
phase.
whatever happened to Avril Lavigne, and I think she had Lyme disease, and it took her out of her career for a while.
Told you. I ain't going
I
down
could,
like
be, I could be
Avril.
wrong about that, but
I ain't going down like
think it
Avril
was,
Lavigne, all right?
What do
She's back,
ticks and
baby.
limes have to do with each other?
Ticks carry Lyme disease.
Lyme. It's not a lime like when you do in your twang.
Right.
Lime is your little
Yeah.
lemon time.
The ticks get in there.
Cut it
and
in
they poison
half,
your
take a
blood.
little bite. You're like, delicious.
Rub it on your
So we get down. I'm doing the tick checks. I'm looking over everything. I'm fine. I seem okay.
Did you at any point when you guys were done, did you go, we all have to now disrobe and check each other out? Just like the
that was
amazing
very much
scene-
my plan for me and Jen, and I was like, Lucy, fuck you, you're on your own. I don't have time.
It was
You know
like
what I mean?
there's a great scene in Star Trek Enterprise where the captain and Jolene Blaylock and one of the other people all have to check each other out and make sure they're like rubbing stuff on each other.
Yeah.
Just wanted to tell you guys about that.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
Great scene.
we get back to the car.
Scott Bakula.
It's a thing. We've all checked out. We've all done glances at each other clothed. You know what I mean? In the Pacifica Taco Bell parking lot. It's like, okay, well, all right, well, it's fine. We've calmed down a bit. I've settled down a bit. Like, can we finish the adventure, which was, of course, the Target run, which now we have a whole bunch of shit in the back of the car for Target. And then, like, they wanted to go to the plant center. Jen's obsessed with this fucking plant center, the Sloat Plant Center, right? She loves it. Loves getting plants, love hanging out there.
Yeah.
Somehow sold fucking Lucy on this idea, getting Lucy a plant for her room.
Do plants have
Whatever.
ticks?
No. God, no. Jesus
I thought
Christ.
this continued. Then we
We got
brought
the
them
plant
into
home.
our home.
50 ticks.
So then
Open the taco. Nothing but ticks.
we get to Sloat and Plant Center. I'm at least excited that Jen has a partner in crime here, right? Because I hate the Plant Center. I don't like doing it, but I have to do it if it's one-on-one. her and Lucy, I just sit in the chair like your dad when you go to the toy store, or like when
Yeah,
your
that's
wife
nice.
goes to the
Dad, look at this.
any store.
That's nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there playing
There's
Pokemon
there
Go,
playing in the dirt.
breathing a sigh of relief. I've survived the ticks. No ticks got me. I don't think. I need to do check obviously when I get home. I'm not ready for this. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there and they're mingling around, doing their whole thing, blah blah blah. And like you understand, you see a spider in your house. You spider in your bed or some shit like that. The rest of the time you're doing this thing. You're like, ugh,
Oh yeah,
creepy.
you feel.
So I'm just doing that
Your
nonstop.
hair brushes against its other hair.
I'm sure people are coming and going, seeing me rubbing myself all sexy like in this this
beautiful.
lounge. Also like $300 for this like fucking plastic garden chair. Get the fuck out of here, Slow Plant Center. I digress.
The elements.
But I'm rubbing myself and I'm doing the whole thing and I'm catching Pokemon. I'm having a great time. I dropped a lure. I'm just cleaning up over it. And so Jen and Lucy come over. They're like, all right, they're debating on we're gonna get this plant, we're gonna get that plant. And I'm like, yeah, sure, still doing it. And I do that thing and I'm like, no, it can't be. And I'm talking to Jen. I literally pick it like this, right? And go like this and drop. And there's a tick that falls in my hand that was crawling up my chest on the shirt. And literally I go, are you fucking kidding me? And they both stop talking and I throw it on the ground and Jen stomps on it. And I'm like, I'm going. I'm getting in an Uber. I'm leaving. I need to get home. I need to get home. And this might actually be the panic part, what Jen was talking about later. And she's like, no, we can go right now. Let's just go right now. Like, fine, fuck. And like they wheel the stuff over to the plant lane and I'm like, I'm going to the bathroom. I'm going to the bathroom. And she's like, well, first off, immediately I start taking my shirt off in the plant center. And Jen's like, no, honey, we can do that when we get home. We'll do that when we get home. We'll do that when we get home. And I'm like, fine, fuck. I can't even put sentences together. I'm just so I'm
You're panicked.
Just say
it's
it. You're
panic.
ticked off. Just say
I'm
it.
ticked
You're
off.
freaked out.
And so we get over there and like they go to check out and I immediately beeline to the bathroom and Jen's like, you have the key to the I'm like, I'll be back. And I just went in the bathroom and I take off my shirt and I'm like doing the weird poses and stuff. Cause like this fucking tick, what a dickhead. You know what I mean? Tickhead. Where was he chilling, right? Now, thank God he didn't bite me, this fucking dumbass bastard.
Should have
You know what
uploaded
I
a
mean?
video on TikTok.
It's fucking, it's good too. You're on it. But he's crawling, you figure he must have been on the outside of the pants in a crease I didn't see, I guess. And I thought I checked myself pretty thoroughly, but whatever. And then he crawled up and then got underneath the shirt at someone and then kept crawling. Where was he going to bite
That's
him?
a real bitch move.
But now, granted, you've seen the Chester.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Chesters, so you can imagine he
got-
doesn't know what he's doing.
He got stuck in the jungle.
he got lost in the dark
he's like,
forest
oh
there.
shit, I'm back in the long, tall grasses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's home.
Home.
But we get back in the car, and now I am not coming down. All right, I am up here on panic level threshold. I'm fucking.
How much are they making fun of you? Like I imagine.
Oh,
Jen's
no,
in
no,
panic
no,
mode.
no,
What about
no,
Lucy,
no,
though?
no, no,
She
no,
laughing
no,
with
no,
that
no.
accent?
I gotta imagine it's at the
no.
point where they understand how serious you are, or they've understood for a while.
Yeah, they understood the first time. Ha, we dodged a bullet. Okay, and then we talked about how much ticks suck. Not like nobody was making fun of me or my reactions to it. Tuck in your socks, great, or tuck in your pants. That's a great idea. That's a free piece of advice from Greg Miller, all right? You can go find the old Columbia Daily Tribune article I wrote about ticks. There's a whole bunch of other pieces of advice in there. But then, like, the freak out in the store, I think, finally at least drove it home to them that these things are evil bastards, all right? And that I'm not making it up. You gonna look me in the fucking face, Jen, and tell me it's the same fucking tick again? You're telling me the tick we knocked down 3 times that you say is the same one every
Different
time?
tick.
Resilient.
Trust me, this motherfucker is not the same tick. All right,
Yeah.
Him and
we
his whole
are
family.
being assaulted by ticks right now, ladies and gentlemen. They are chasing us to the ends of the earth. All right? So climb back in the car and it's just dead silent.
Real quick though, don't go look for those articles quite yet. Like, just keep watching the podcast. Don't.
Oh
look
sure,
for the
yeah. And
Colombian-
also the Tribune, like, dude, their old search function's so busted. You have to go through the old timey archive thing. It's a pain in the ass. Don't worry about it. Anyways, though, we're back in the car though. Dead silence. No, like everyone understands that we are at nuclear threat level, and I'm about to fucking rip off my clothes and just be naked in the streets of San Francisco. Nobody cares.
So wait, hold on. To go back, how were you this?
Dude, this is a conversation
Overtaken by
we
the
had
ticks?
before the plant center, and then after later on at night. You know what I mean? When everything's chilled out, we're having dinner. Is like the conversation we keep coming back to is, well, how did this fucking happen?
Because the
We did
area,
it.
if I'm thinking of the same area, it's like
Just that bluff right next to
you just
Taco Bell.
walk up. You're not walking through bushes. There are many paths. that you're
Exactly,
kinda-
and there's a little bit of tall grass hanging over, but it's not.
You must have like brushed onto something that had ticks.
pure
in it.
ticks.
Yeah.
What I thought was a rock was just one
Just a
giant
pure
tick.
ball of
It's
ticks.
collection of ticks.
Ticks, yeah. You know
Shit's
what I mean?
scary, man.
Oh, we're not done yet.
Oh no.
So we're
You
coming
found one-
home
please
and
tell
we're
me you
all
found one in
freaking
an
out
orifice.
and we're just dying. or I'm dying. Everybody else is just like freaked out that Greg's this freaked
Portillo
out.
turns around. He's
Two tick eyes.
You turn the TV on, the tick's on. You're like, what the fuck?
So like literally everybody, we're surviving a mini 9/11 here. All right, these are terrorists.
Someone
These
say-
are terrorists.
Someone say this is
attacking
worse.
the tallest building in the Miller household.
Yeah,
you know what I
very
mean?
different.
Yeah, inside job.
And so we're riding up with the zip car, and Jen finally broaches the thing on top of it. She knows how upset I am. You can just tell, obviously, I'm radiating anger and terror. And she broaches the thing of like, cool, there's a lot of stuff to carry upstairs. Can you get the plants up and then come back? I'm like, fine. And then she's like, but can you also bring back the Goodwill stuff we were going to do? I'm like, fine. All right, whatever. So I go up there and I put everything down and get the Goodwill bags. I go back and put it down in the car. She goes to drop that off. I take first shift and I'm like, Lucy, just you do your thing, and you put all your clothes in the washing machine, shut the door nice and tight. I'm gonna go in there, stuff all my clothes in a trash bag. I'm gonna take a shower. Blah, blah, blah.
I picture you walking like
exactly.
Just
So I do
get the
I do that
flamethrower.
thing where I'm not gonna take off anything, obviously, in like the common areas, right? So I do the high toe steps like this because I don't want my full foot to hit any of the carpet. You know what I mean?
that's way more impact.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm lessening the impact of it. I get into the bathroom, right? I tear up the bath mat, toss that in the bathtub. There's some clothes on the ground of the bathroom, toss that in the bathtub. I'm trying to everything that's safe, put in the bathtub, right? Then also just white floors. So if there's any of these little pricks that drop down,
Prick ticks.
I'm gonna be able to see them, right? And so then I start disrobing. I'm shaking everything out. I'm doing all this stuff. Take off the shoes. Of course, the shoes fill with sand because we had to walk on the fucking beach. So I'm shaking shoe shit out. No ticks. Everything's looking good, right? All the clothes stuffed into the garbage bag. Garbage bag nice and tight. Shoes, stuff them in a garbage bag. Nice and tight, right? I'm naked now, right?
Burn them all.
I'm naked, of course. So I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Look at myself in the mirror or whatever. Walk into the hallway with the full length of mirrors on the side. Bend over, look through my legs, looking right at my asshole. Because I'll be damned if one of these ticks is getting into my asshole or my back of my balls.
It's the most obvious place.
God forbid my wife would have let go of the Goodwill shit. They didn't need our help today. We needed help, all right?
Yeah,
All right.
could have called them. Come over, help me out.
God
It's
forbid.
called Goodwill.
God forbid my wife's there looking at the back of my ball sack and my asshole.
Look
But I'll do
directly
it.
into me.
I'll take one for the team, and I'm there, and I'm doing the hairline. I'm like, good. Shower, come out, good. Everything's fine. Floor, no ticks, good. Come out, get dressed or whatever again. Like, and I've been violated here, not only by my own eyes and fingers, but now just by the ticks. You know what I mean? Like, to digress, here's what happened. Earlier in the week on Pokemon Go Saturday, we were just wandering around. We were cutting through the park at one point, and we came upon a family. And if I'm lying, I'm dying, Tim. This kid, there's like 3 kids. They're all crying. Mom and dad are there. Dad's on the phone. And one of the kids screams, "But now we have nothing!" Right? And what had happened, we come over, and it's the back window smashed out of their car. San Francisco smash and grab, right? These must have been tourist people coming to Golden Gate Park, got there when it smashed. And Jen and I start talking, and I'm like, I wish there was something I could do, but I understand as a kid, right, to get violated that way, you feels like your safe spot. Here I am staring into my own brown eye. I've been violated by these ticks, right, for what they've done to me. So I come out, and I got my hair all matted down and wet, and I'm there, and I'm like, whatever. Converse shoes, throw them away. Just right in the garbage chute. I'm not even going to bother with this, you know what I mean? My clothes very carefully into the washer, right?
I picture like in the movie Arrival when they
Yep.
like come
Yep.
back after
You totally
meeting
got
the
it.
big
And
aliens.
yeah. Just relax.
Fucking
Yeah,
deep.
right. So then Jen comes back with the Goodwill didn't even take the clothes. They weren't even open. Like, this is a waste of everybody's time. The
just throw
ticks
them out.
could be inside of my wife now. She comes home.
Bad will.
Exactly. And she's like, all right, what do I do? And I'm like, go
Fucking
into the
fire,
bathroom.
man.
You take everything off there. There's nothing on the floor. Put it in trash bag. Clean clothes. The stuff's in the the bathtub. Don't worry about it. She's like, all right.
She's like, I'm not. Don't worry.
She goes in there, follows. She was very, again, it's one of those things where I love her. Obviously, you know that. But I loved her in this moment where I understand that not many people are this freaked out. She was very much like, what do you need me to do?
Sure.
Tell me what your steps.
And you looked her in the eye and said, I'm going to bend over.
No. That's not,
Shove your
that's
arm
not-
up
You're gonna bend over, and I'm gonna bend over. We're
And
gonna
she
look
was
into
in.
each
And
other.
she was in like those like running tights. You know what I mean? I wasn't worried about her brown eye. She's fine. Everything's fine there. You know what I mean?
The leggings.
Exactly
Yeah.
that. Thank you very much. And so she went in there. She came back out. She's in clean clothes. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, where you left your? I went into the bathroom to get her garbage bag clothes. No garbage bag. I'm like, where is your garbage bag? And she's like, I put them in the tub like you said. I was like, no, the tub clothes were fine. Now all the tub clothes going into, I had to go get a big old recycling bag, all the tub clothes into the recycling thing, right? Do that. Now that bathroom, except for her shoes in the tub, Which there's a question of what are we gonna do about these fuckers? You know what I mean? I don't even know because I can make the call to throw away a pair of Converse. I have like 9,000 Converse.
Do
Who
these
cares?
bags end up at Goodwill?
No, God. Are
That'd
you
be
kidding
amazing.
me? You think I would never wish this upon my worst enemy, all right? So anyways, everything in the recycling bag, just your shoes are in there, no ticks, all right, fine, go out there. And then, put it in the thing, turn on the thing, start doing these loads of laundry. It's all taken care of. Of course, we're reading up on it on the internet. Jen's immediately on it. Turns out these are Lone Star ticks based on the colorings on their back. They're super aggressive. They're like, that's why they're like fucking ready to kill us, you know what I mean? It turns out, of course, that you can't kill them with water. It's the heat of the dryer that'll kill them. So like, great, we're baking their asses right now. You know what I mean? Fucking get them. That's what they get. Fuck them for trying to take us on. And like we finally won the war. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All missions complete. But then just like the fucking epilogue of any horror movie, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Jen comes out of the bathroom 2 hours later. She's like, do you want to freak out? I'm like, no. She's like, come here. And there's a tick crawling up the wall next to the shower, one leg missing. So now is this one of the ticks that we had already fought, who had then found his way to our house? Or was it just a tick with one leg that somehow got lost in a shoe or some shit and then throw her shoes away, burn the whole fucking house down?
How did you sleep?
I'm never coming over to your house again.
No, because I'm pretty sure we got him at that point. You know what I mean? I was pretty thorough here in the examination. We vacuumed the house. You know what I
It's a
mean?
good setup for the sequel.
It is a good setup for the sequel.
Yeah.
Turns out that according to the internet, they can't live more than 24 hours without a food source or some kind. So it's like they're fine.
Can their food source be two giant human beings?
Well, yeah, but I mean they'd have to get us. Porty's the most safe of all of us. Porty takes the pills that makes him totally
Yeah,
untasty.
dogs can.
Why can't you take the pill?
I thought about it last night. Good enough for the dog, good enough for me. He's lived 14 years. That's all I need.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
got 2 bionic hips.
Fuck me though, man. These things were out. They had
Dude,
read
I'm
the
sorry.
article, and that's the other thing. If you remember, if you remember the story back in the day when I've talked about this article I did for the Tribune before,
Yeah.
where at the end of the reporting, literally like 3 days before it was supposed to post, I was at my desk working on something and felt something, and it was a fucking tick crawling up my arm. These motherfuckers have had it in for me since Missouri, and now they're trying to get me here. And I thought we were safe. I thought it's too cold for ticks here.
Yeah.
Turns out it's
Well,
not.
you brought
Burn
them
it
into
all
your
down.
house.
Well, yeah.
You brought this upon yourself and your
You
family.
let the killer in your house, yeah.
Okay, first off, you don't put it on me.
That's like what I
Don't
imagined the
victim
plot of the movie
shame.
Crawl
Don't
is.
victim shame.
Yeah.
All right? I didn't ask these guys to crawl on me at the Pacifica Taco Bell.
Don't hike.
I agree. Thank you. That is definitely
Pokemon
a thing.
Go,
And
same
then
of you.
Jen, who
You're all
I
excited
love to
about
death,
Pokemon Go.
had the gall to say at the yesterday when it was like before we found the tick in the bathroom, but when we were already all clean, everything's fine. She like hugged me. She's like, I just hope this didn't ruin your day. And I was like, and I just laughed.
You're like, this
I
ruined
was
my
like, are
fucking
you
mood, like,
fucking kidding me?
literally, like-
You think there's a
I'm
chance
never going
today isn't
outside.
fucking ruined?
I was having a good year.
You think I'm not second guessing every decision that led me there, right? You don't think I should have been like, we should get a zip card. I should be like, nah, we should play video games all day on the couch.
They
Bye,
should,
babe.
we should get like a 5-part miniseries like Chernobyl about this, or it's just
Well, you
like,
will one day, I'm
what
sure.
What were the situations that led to this?
But the problem is this, though, just like Chernobyl, you don't know what the lasting effects are. So my issue with this is I would worry, do I have Lyme disease now?
Well, they didn't
And am
bat-
I
they
ever
didn't
going to
get
know?
me.
But
Why
you don't
are
know.
you doing this?
If
You
they
don't know.
if they had bit me, they would have been bedded and sucked.
That maybe.
I don't. They
But
didn't get me.
maybe
Who knows?
those
These are
would-
new
maybe-
age ticks, man. We don't know.
This is-
These
this
are
is
San
how I
Francisco
work.
ticks. They were Pacifica ticks.
I'll think
They're
about this.
floozies. They bite and flee.
I don't think you're out of the woods until 6 to 8
They
months
asked
from
for
now.
consent first.
I mean,
6 to 8 months from now.
like you have like the red dot with the white circle.
You have
like,
a lot of
bit.
red dots on you, but you're
Well,
just
that's because
pasty.
of my belt rubbing on my gut.
Yeah, you got a lot of pastiness to you.
Yeah. Oh, it's hot in here.
I'll tell you, man. I sympathize with you because I am a
you. It was a
paranoid
nightmare.
like that, and I would not be able to sleep. It would have been done.
What was the other story?
Weird dinner parties.
But before we tell you about the weird dinner party, let's have a word from our sponsor. So yeah, I went to a very weird dinner party.
Did you know?
Yeah, Friday night. So a couple.
I thought this was an either-or situation. I thought we were getting...
Yeah, but you knew the
Do you have
second.
something else to
You
say?
knew
What do
the
you gotta
second he said he
What
had
other
two
fucking
stories we were gonna talk
pizza
about.
did you eat, huh?
tell your story.
That's fine. What do you want to talk about?
Tell your story.
What do you want to talk about? He set me up. I don't know. I just go with this flow.
I mean, I'm feeling this weird dinner story.
Okay. I don't know if you are.
I think I'll be honest with you, Greg. I don't think he's feeling it.
I'm
Fine,
feeling
man.
it.
Take the glasses
what I
off.
say?
They're not real. You haven't earned them.
There's so
Andy,
much blue light
too
around
much
here,
blue.
Kevin.
It's too much blue light.
Too much blue light.
Kevin,
Not
next time we get
glasses.
lights, we'll get the ones without blue.
We've got yellow on them, Nick. You calibrated them.
Kevin, you wear sunglasses every time you're on this desk.
Great point.
That blocked the dust something.
Blue light?
Hate you.
Months ago now,
Yeah.
I got an email. You know Mari, right? Formerly Smosh Games.
Yeah.
Yes.
She'd put me in touch with a guy named John. Hey, this be a good guy for you to know. Okay,
Wilkes
cool, whatever.
Booth.
John Wilkes Booth. Actually, John Levy. So he's an author, right? and he hosts these things called the Influencers Dinner,
Jesus.
which sounds super weird. And
Sounds
as
horrible.
Jen put it, eyes wide shutish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because what happens is you get there's articles about this you can read about on New York Times and Forbes, right? But I got an email after getting introduced that was just like, hey, from a different person, not John, but like, hey, you've been invited to the Influencers Dinner, where the idea is that you show up at a given location and you make dinner with a bunch of strangers, and you're not allowed to say your full name or what you do. You have to, exactly. No, that's where Jen was going with the eyes wide shut. You all talk to each other. You make this meal together, and then when you sit down to eat it, you all guess what each other's professions are or whatever. And it's like this weird.
But isn't it called an influencer dinner?
The Influencers Dinner.
So
But
by,
no, hold
by
on. Can I
definition,
stop?
isn't everyone just an influencer? That's the
But he,
profession.
thanks for stopping. Fucking Nick.
Can I contribute to this podcast? Can I contribute?
Did you do anything fun other than see a peacock?
Continue.
I love you so much. No, see, we're using influencers very much in our new age media way, the way we interact, right, with influencers and like how Trisha is, right?
So what was it like a local artist there that was like very influential on the local artist scene? And I'm like, who cares?
So it was
Who
that
cares what
I
you
got. So I exactly. It's people
Do
like
you reach the masses? If not, who cares?
in the New York Times article, right? It was that Stacy woman from What Not to Wear. I can't remember her last name, but Stacey and Clinton host What Not to Wear. She was there for it. There was a couple other people there. Stuff like that, right?
Okay.
Olympians or whatever, all this different
I'm sure my
jazz
wife
stuff.
would have been like, I know everyone here, but I'd have been like, I don't know.
But it's not, you wouldn't have. That's the thing. Because when I got, first off, they finally send me the date and time. They send me the address, right? Because of course I'm like, this is cool. Because even if it sucks, it's going to be a great podcast.
Yeah, it'd
Turns
be
out it was
funny.
cool.
It's like all walks of life kind of people.
Right. But it's on you already get the vibe from it that I shouldn't be going, that this sounds like there's going to be way more important people than me there. And sure enough, there was. I was like,
So did you have dinner with someone that you're making food? You're like, so Jeff, what do you do? Well,
I can't ask that question.
Well, I can't answer that question. Jeff, you look familiar, Jeff.
Can't say Jeff.
Is your last name Bezos?
But anyways, I got the address, right? And I was like, that street's obviously familiar or whatever, Steiner. And so like I dropped the pin, and it's one of the painted ladies.
Okay.
So
Shit, that's cool.
it's very cool. And we got a whole tour of the house and
That's
stuff.
awesome.
And like it's
Painted
like,
ladies from Full House.
exactly. Yeah, the opening of Full House, right? Yeah, cool. So we get
a recognition.
in this thing. Anyways, get there.
Family
And all they
values.
ask is they ask you to bring a bottle of liquor of your choice if you want to. Of course,
you
I
bring?
bring a bottle of bourbon. Come on, Knob
What
Creek.
kind of bourbon?
Knob
Knob
Creek.
Creek. That's smart.
Knob Creek.
That's smart.
But I'm trying to impress people here.
Yeah,
Like,
Bullet,
I know what
the
I do.
Bullet doesn't impress
I
people
love
anymore.
Bullet, just not impressive. You know
Not
what I
even
mean?
Bullet Reserve.
Start making old fashions.
I don't know what I'm getting into, Kevin. And sure enough, I open the door and I walk into this room. A lot of old white guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, all right, that sounds bright. And then some old white women start showing up. And then there's
We're
more.
getting real diverse
So
here.
not all walks of life.
No, not really. And so then eventually a few more people come in, but I'm still, and I'm not young by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm still the youngest here.
Okay.
Like how many years? I'll say, to be polite, 5, but maybe 7. So it's like already like, okay, there's real people here, right? Like this is what you'd expect from SF, right? And we have to guess these people's professions, right? So we're making tacos. I'm in charge of the vegetable cutting station. Big thing for me, you know what I mean? Because like I'm comfortable doing it all. None of these people knew how to cook. You know what I
they
mean?
know.
They'll have
Cooking shows on
maids
the
and
internet.
cooks.
Yeah, and that got me in trouble a couple times too, because they're like, "Do you cook a lot?" I do, and then like, but somebody asked it in like a professional sense, and I was like, can't really answer that question. You'll understand one day, and I never talk to them about it again, and they'll never
I can
look me up.
imagine Greg taking this way more serious.
They're
than
watching
anyone
this right
else.
now.
Yeah, it's just like, no, man.
Yeah, with the rules and everything.
Like,
Yeah, no,
I'm
I'm
not
playing
breaking
it.
the rules. I'm going to win this game. It's like, it's not a game, Greg.
Please, sir, stop. You know what I mean? So we have all the stations, we cut up all the food, do the whole thing, we go up and put it on the table, and then we sit down. And then, it's this giant mahogany table, right? Well, I imagine, like, we're in a painted lady, right? Which is going to be one of the most expensive homes in San Francisco
Yeah,
in terms
easily.
of classic stuff,
Yeah.
right off Alamo Square. Like, they got the wine kegerators there that Joey would freak out to have and shit.
Sick. Rosé all day.
Exactly, rosé all day. And so I'm talking to people. Everyone's lovely. You know what I mean? Very interesting people, even though they can't tell me what they do, which is an interesting way to go about this situation, which I think always pulls me back to a conversation, if any of you have heard my wife talk about it, Jen had with our friend, Hunter Pence, at Kevin Coelho's wedding, where when her and him bonded over talking about the fact that Jen's like, yeah, I still can't work, and it's really weird not being able to say I do anything, right? Because how do you define yourself? You usually start with, oh, I'm Nick and I do this, right? And Hunter's like, yeah, exactly. Like, I'm more than a baseball player, but everybody thinks I'm a baseball player. And I was like, you guys are getting too close. Anyways,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't let Hunter get within like I'm joking.
It's Jen. It was Jen that I was worried about.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I don't let Jen get within 10 yards of you.
Oh, I see.
So then eventually
call me the
you start
tick.
going around and guessing, right? And at first I thought it was going to be that we guess the person next to us, you know what I mean? Or like how it works. But it turns you guess everyone at the table, which kind of sucked if you didn't talk to a lot of people, like or get a good conversation with everybody. But people start going and guessing and trying to figure out what everybody is and stuff. And then they stop and they reveal themselves and all this different stuff. And so it was like, this is weird and interesting. People guess, one of my favorite guesses for myself was that I designed shoes. And everybody looked at my shoes, which were the Converse that would then be later ruined by ticks. But I was like, I'm just wearing Converse. That's a bad guess.
Why the fuck would they think that?
At some point, when you know nothing about the person, you just make a weird guess.
Got it.
Secret agent, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like goofy ass stuff like that.
Designer.
There was a former CIA agent there.
You're kidding me.
There-
Oh, that'd
dude,
be
like
cool.
that's so to jump to the thing
Should
to make
have
this
him
a
on
bit
the
more
podcast.
interesting, right? Like I brought
I'm just hearing
things here.
Cheetos crunching back there.
There was an astronomy professor there who was actually working with SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, right?
Contact.
It's SF, so there was a guy who's like got a whole crypto business, but he's actually it's not even about like crypto SF weird stuff that everybody hates. It's like crypto, like getting the people of Venezuela a new monetary system based on crypto. What else? The Monterey Bay Aquarium chief conservation and science officer.
Oh, that'd be cool.
The CTO of Niantic was there.
What?
Which sucks because there was a game developer next to me that I caught on through enough of it that you were a developer, and I guess he works for Niantic. And then like 7 people later, the guy revealed himself. Fuck, so close to it. Professor of biology, another game director, stuff like that. And then there was this CIA agent who had been on like done security detail stuff for Biden, and it was just like that. And then there was another person, one of the people I named already, who had worked for John Kerry and shit like that. So it was like, oh, you're all real adults.
I wonder.
And so when it was the big reveal of like, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a CEO, kind of funny, and none of you should know what that is. Talk about video games. And they're like, oh, like the guy next to you. I'm like, no, he makes them. I just talk about them. Everybody's like, oh, all right.
Like that was anticlimactic, shoe guy. How about go with shoes next time? No, the missus and I were driving back from one Trader Joe's, and we saw one of those like cavalcades of cars. So it was like cop, black SUV, black SUV, cop. So I wonder, maybe they were at your party. Maybe someone there was at.
I don't think so. No, but then it got interesting, right? Or not? It was already interesting, but it was like, all right, cool. When we're going around, the guy who was leading it, John, was like, all right, cool. There's like, all right, like 30 minutes left or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like this is ending early. And then what it was going to be, and then he's like, no, what's happening is then a whole bunch of other people are coming over, like that have done the dinner before, and it's like a giant like
party,
cocktail mingle
That's
party
cool.
thing or whatever. And then they gave presentations about certain things. So like the guy who co-created Siri was there and talked about like AI. And then the hostess of the night would talk about like business strategies and shit. And I was like, this is fucking rad. Like, you know what I mean? It's
That's
super
really
weird.
cool.
It's super weird.
But that's
super
like what-
SF. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, that's
But
weird.
that's the kind of shit that like super rich people do to meet other super rich people, so they can get even more super rich.
And now
rich
we're on the
babies.
inside of the super rich
I know,
people.
but
How
I think
can we
you
fuck
may have
yeah.
asked it out for us.
Fuck.
Did you think that? When you left, did you get the impression they're going to invite you back to the next one? Like you're going to get to come back and present? Or were they like, that was a missed opportunity with that guy? We could have had Bezos.
I didn't feel like I don't know if they could have had
Bezos, dude.
Bezos. I don't know if they could
Greg,
have.
serious question. Did you at any point say like, oh, I have 1 million followers on Twitter?
I talked about the level of fame of it a bit. You know what I mean? I did the very general broad strokes of who we are / who I am. Like, you know how that is. Like, when you're talking to a general audience about it.
Did you say 1 million?
I said I was an award winner when somebody's like, oh, there's no Oscar winner here this time. And they were like, oh,
Oscar
and I was
winner?
like,
The fuck would Oscar?
game award winner.
They're like, what are the game awards? They're like, what's like
no,
the Oscars?
the three the developer people, they left.
Yeah, that's okay,
got
that's
it
good.
good there.
Yeah,
So,
good.
Yeah, they left.
What's how you said left? They left.
Oh, no, thank you.
Random, that's crazy. Random non sequitur, though. You mentioned
Random.
CIA agents.
Yeah.
I watched a video over the weekend that ruined my entire childhood. Just
Last
the whole
Jedi?
thing. No.
Oh.
That one. There's coming back from that one. This one was a video. I had no idea. I was a dumb kid growing up in the 80s. I didn't know any shit. We didn't have internet, right?
Playing
Whatever people
Trumpet.
told you, you just believed.
You did. You did. You believed it.
As you guys know, I was a martial artist growing up, right?
Shadow boxing.
I did karate when I was very young.
Karate.
Then I did Kempo Kung Fu later in life, right? Because I believed, like many people, that you could study it for approximately 6 months and become deadly. And that's what we thought was
Got the
there.
belt.
I start going down the rabbit hole on YouTube about martial arts frauds. Started with Steven Seagal.
Not
Yeah.
a fraud. Not a fraud.
Not a fraud. He's a legit black belt in Aikido, but he has said a lot of crazy shit over the years. Not the least of which is that he's Italian, and people are like, he is not Italian. He's just made up a lot of shit about ties to certain organizations that he may or may not have had, and people are like, okay, he's kind of a shithead, right? He's also had a few allegations come out. Anyway, long story short, it doesn't matter about Steven Seagal. We start going down the rabbit hole, and I start getting all the way till I see an article that says the truth behind Bloodsport. Now, Bloodsport, of course,
Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme's one of his breakout roles. I think it was like the first
dirt in
movie.
the eyes.
Yeah, there's right. And he's like, right, but he could feel that it wasn't the guy, and so right. So, if you're not familiar with Bloodsport, it is the story of, it was supposedly based on a real story of a guy named Frank Dukes, who was a military officer that went AWOL to compete in an underground fighting competition called the Kumite. And at the end of the movie, it brings up real facts about Frank Dukes. That he had like the fastest knockout, that he threw the fastest kick in the tournament, which is like 72 miles per hour. And that, and the very last one says Frank Dukes holds the record for most consecutive knockout. He knocked out 56 people in this Kumite tournament over 3 days. This is a bracketed tournament that's single round elimination. We'll get to that in a second.
How long is he fighting?
So as a child, I read that. I was like, this guy's a bad motherfucker, right? Like, I bought into this. Flash forward, 39 years old. I didn't think about it, right? I
Yeah.
don't think about these things.
In the back of your mind.
Whatever. Frank Dukes made it all up.
Oh no.
Bloodsport, based off of fantasy. He is a fraud
How do you know it's made up?
because there's the guy I mean, this multiple people have come out and been like, all the shit he said. There's first off, no possible way that in a bracketed tournament that is single round elimination, you could beat 56 people. That would need like thousands of entrants. And that's the first point he makes. He was like,
It's the whole country.
He does the math. He does the math, and I don't think he does the math properly. But he was like, yeah, you would need 72 quadrillion people to have competed in this because it's not round robin; it's single round elimination.
Yeah.
So like, if you have to be like in
between every round, he's just killing kids in the streets.
Yeah,
and shit.
So he goes through and he's like, yeah, this guy's claimed a lot of crazy shit over the years, and they wrote articles about him, and he was written up in like Black Belt magazine and heralded as like a badass, and he claimed he was a CIA operative. This is where this comes up with you, and claimed all these things, and people one by one have started kind of pulling that apart and being like, there's just no way this has ever happened. None of this ever happened.
Love the 80s, man. I love they could just be like, hey, I did all these things. People are like, cool.
Fuck, he must have
And
been.
now it's like with YouTube and Reddit and shit, just
And a
conspiracy
calculator.
theories. They just come
Well,
like,
no, this guy.
nah.
So the guy, what happened is I think the guy's name is the Pink Man, and he's
The Pink Man.
crazy, like
He was at the dinner.
having a lot of fun with the series. Let's put it that way. Where he plays this character called the Pink Man, where like every time it cuts back to him, he's like in pink light and he's crazy. But he actually went back and found old archives of Black Belt magazine and started looking at interviews and started reading through all the interviews of Frank Dukes and all these things that he claimed. And there was it's just not even possible. Like he claimed he was in the military, he claimed he was in the CIA, he claimed that he was like, it's just all these crazy shit. Literally a pathological liar.
Yeah.
And it's just wild to me that this is a fact. Like, I would have thought, okay, I know all the shit that was bullshit from my youth. Like, I've at least stumbled across all these things. But I legitimately, up until 3 days ago,
Believed in Frankie
believes
Dukes.
that Frank Dukes was a real person who fought in an underground mixed martial arts 3-day competition where they started off with a ring that was square, and then they went to one that was convex, and then they fought on the roof. Now that wasn't
You
in the
thought that
movie.
was-
That was
okay.
actually something he said.
Oh.
And then they got old footage of him where he's like, here, I finally found old footage of me fighting in the Kumite because no one believed him after a while. And he showed it, and it was basically a sepia filter on someone else's match from like France. It was a totally different dude. Kind of looked like him, but it was blurry. And people were like, and the guy was like, that's me. That's from my match.
What a total fraud.
It's
Holy shit.
wild. It's Firefest. Like Firefest before Firefest, Tim.
Wow.
Like this guy made a lot of
Firefest.
he was a fucking like whatchamacallit, like an advisor on like a bunch of Jean-Claude Van Damme movies to the point where after a while Jean-Claude Van Damme I guess figured out he was a
Hey,
fraud
to be
and
fair,
they sued each other.
This guy had good taste in what's cool. Like he knew what
Kumite.
people wanted to think about martial arts.
Dude,
Three-phase fights.
it blew my fucking mind.
Kumite.
It blew my mind, especially the math behind the bracket. I was like, yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Actually,
They talked about this thing called the
Total
Vale Tudo,
bullshit.
which is a Brazilian competition where it's like basically no holds barred, like sparring or fights, like MMA before MMA or UFC before UFC rather. And he started doing the math on like. he's like, yeah, this person had to beat 4 people, which meant that there had to be 8 people in the tournament bracketed, and this person had to be 8, which meant that 16. And I was like, 56?
112 people.
That's a lot of people. It was ridiculous. Yeah, I was like, that's a lot of fucking fights in 3 days.
That's so funny.
Yeah, dude, I was just like, I was blown away by that. But the guy did a great job, and he also talked about like how everyone went crazy with ninjas and shit in the 80s, and how the Ninja Turtles, which I thought you would appreciate, how the Ninja Turtles started as a commentary on ninjas in popular comics, like, so that's why they were called the Foot
Daredevil.
versus the Hand, Daredevil, all that stuff. Yeah, and then how we were all so crazy about ninjas that it caught on and it turned into something else with the cartoon.
Gotta love it, man.
Fucking fascinating, man. But Jesus Christ, I'm flabbergasted.
You were flabbergasted.
I'm
I'm sorry for your loss.
You got
man.
KFA.
I'm sorry, guys, but like, I was literally.
What does
I
that
turned
do
a
for
D
your
and I was
shit?
like,
Should I call it a work
my
tomorrow?
Living a
whole
lie.
childhood
Just unraveled.
robbed of me. I'm robbed.
Wow. Again, after Star
Gone.
Wars. Yeah.
Terrible. Then I watched the rest of his videos. He's fucking hilarious. So it's fine,
Shout out to the Pink Man.
dude.
He's doing his thing.
Super inappropriate, but yeah. Awesome.
Tim, what'd you see this weekend?
What I see this weekend?
What, a peacock?
No,
Go to dinner?
no peacocks.
Did you eat
I
some
went-
food?
I went to
What'd you do?
Curran bought a house in Oakland. I went to his house for the first time.
In the last time?
Probably last time. Yeah, it's really far. 50-minute drive.
Fuck that.
Right.
With a $6 toll across this fucking bridge. I'm like, all right, good for you. Live your life with your fun dogs and your fun wife and your fun.
Saturday, Jen was like, "Oh, do you want to
white
go to Richie
people.
and Allie's?" And they live in like Pleasanton, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "Fuck no, we went there
No.
once. That's never again."
Not a chance.
No,
not
thank
a
you.
chance. But their place
Sorry,
is
Richie.
so damn nice. I'm walking around. Too many bedrooms. I couldn't even count the bedrooms. And they're like, oh, you want to see downstairs? I'm like, you fuckers, what? So they open this door. We go downstairs. There's a whole other house. It's insane.
How is his basketball court?
And he has a basketball court.
What?
There's
Oh,
a
let's
fucking
go.
basketball
It's
court,
next to
dude.
his tennis court.
No tennis courts.
Oh,
No
really?
tennis
Wait, is it
courts, but
his or is it like shared?
It's shared,
his.
but it's his. Like, people can use it, but it's his.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I mean, because it's on that. It's that little cul-de-sac area.
No. He needs to get one of those like chain locks.
Yeah.
I mean,
Barbed wire.
Yeah, you can do
Just
that.
have
Barbed
Kevin
wire
go guard
on the,
it.
on the things.
Remember when we did the
Why?
remember when we did the
Why?
first Let's Play reunion and we tried to throw oranges into that guy's tennis court?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
and
we
people
did
were like,
that.
"What are you fucking for? Stop it!" I was like, "I can get it."
No one
Yeah,
stopped
I mean,
us.
what are you fucking for? Get back on the water slide.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was also like half a mile away, and we were really trying.
I think we got a couple over there.
Somebody did eventually,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Somebody
Yeah, like
did,
James or someone.
Yeah,
with
one of the
better arm than us.
athletic people.
Yeah, but yeah, being there was freaking unbelievable because I'm just not used to being around that many old white people.
Sure.
And we're just like sitting there, have this like crazy ass like just glass windows, and we're just looking out, and it's this street of the nicest houses I've ever fucking seen. Just beautiful trees, like gardeners everywhere, and just hella old white people walking their dogs, and it's like, "Hi Gizmo, hey Otis," and I'm like, "Wow, you guys are just saying hi to just fucking dogs."
But are they like senile and just making up names?
No,
Like the same
they
dog
were-
passed
they
three
were
different
really
people.
good,
Hey,
man.
Gizmo. The other side's like,
There's
hey,
this whole
Otis.
community.
I'm telling you, man, that is the power of the suburbs. Is that
It
you
was the burbs,
know,
dude. We were in the
you
burbs.
know everything that's happening with your neighbors, and that's your whole life, and it's sad.
And then it
Yeah.
becomes like a show on HBO or something.
They were trying to sell me
Pretty
on it.
Little Lies.
They're
Kill a
talking about all the
Man.
good things about it, and they're just like, yeah, it's crazy. Like everyone's so nice. Like our neighbors came to say hi to us, and we walk outside, and people actually want to talk to us and whatever. And I'm
You're
just
like, I
like,
don't like any of this.
fuck that.
I have
leave me the hell
4.
alone.
I have 4 people living in the building.
I'd rather
that I
have a
live
guy
in.
picking out of his asshole near a CVS.
Maybe he's got a tick.
Then talk to me.
Dude, there are people living in my building that I couldn't pick out of a fucking lineup, and I want to keep it that way. I see people walk in, I'm like, I don't know if this person lives here. They don't know me.
I can lock my
Love
door.
it.
Great.
Love it. I don't want to fucking talk to you because inevitably, here's how it's gonna go. Oh, we should be friends. You come over to fight. Can I do a favor?
No.
Can I get a favor from you?
No, thank
Favors
you.
come
Hey,
so
we're
fast.
gonna party. You know what? Hey, Nick, we're cool. We're throwing a party upstairs if you want to come.
No,
but I
thank
don't really
you.
want you to come. But I just want you not to call the cops on me
Yeah.
when the party goes till 2:00, and don't be a dick. And I go like this. None of that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
10:01, motherfucker. Cops are being called. Daddy's coming out with his shirt off. Get off my fucking
Straight
lawn.
says this to
Wait,
them.
who's coming out with this shirt on?
Daddy.
Oh,
Daddy.
you.
Daddy.
I've gone out in my chonies before. I've walked out and been like, shut the fucking party
that
down.
Chevy?
I
now.
imagine there's underwear.
Chonies. Yeah,
My underwear.
Chonies.
My chonies.
I don't know what that is.
Underwear.
Okay.
It's Spanish.
He calls them.
It's a Spanish slang term for
I
underwear.
rented a hotel room. It was interesting. I did this thing where I was like, I'm gonna go back to Austin. I don't really want to stay with my uncle and aunt who are way far north in Round Rock. I'm going to just search for what hotels United gives me like points for, whatever
Sure.
the fuck. I found a place and I was like, oh, in the Mueller area. That's kind of like by where Alfredo lives. Rent it out. Turns out it's just in his apartment building.
Oh yeah.
And it's basically like an Airbnb, but it's not. It's like this outside
extended
company
stay thing?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I mean, kind of not really though. It's just like, here's your hotel room, but it's come get your key and here's your pin pad or whatever. You just like boop, 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 on a little pin. And also, I'm such a moron. I'm like walking up to my room and I'm like, oh, the pin pad.
1111.
I'm like,
oh no.
the pin pad's the last 4 of my number. That's crazy. I was like, oh, well. It's that because it is my number.
Your number. Yeah, they sent it to that. That's always smart.
Yeah, but it was like a legitimate
Got it,
one
yeah.
bedroom apartment, and it was super nice being there. And I wanted to go bother Alfredo, but he was on the 3rd floor, and like
too far.
he was doing an Apex stream. And I was
You
like,
should have swatted him.
Kind of wish Alfredo wanted me to like. I wish he like invited me, kind of But
Yeah.
he didn't
Should
invite
have
me.
texted, hey man, what are you doing tonight? On stream. Oh, I'm downstairs.
I'm downstairs.
You see what happens. Cool, man. Hey man, should I like?
Can I yell outside and see if like your microphone picks
Like,
me
it's
up?
it's actually really a bit of a bummer when your friends are doing stuff and they know you're close and you totally come out and they just don't invite you.
What?
Sucks.
What's up?
We had a moment where we had to break into your computer while you were gone, and like a pin code thing came up. It was 4 numbers. And we're just like, we had this conversation where it's just like, all right, no one try. But does anyone think they would know what Andy's pin code is? And we're like trying to figure it all out. And then eventually Joey just asked you.
Yeah.
Because it hit a point where it's just like,
No.
we don't want to try, we don't want to get locked out and like have this turn into this whole fucking thing. But it was just like, I'm like, there is a big chance it is just 0, 0, 0, 0. I was like, if I had to bet with Andy, like, that would be my first
Andy's
bet.
more of a
Is it
1, 2,
just-
3,
Andy,
4 guy.
Is it just 4 or is it 6?
4.
Okay.
I've told you it before.
Yeah, I
several
think
times.
I know it. It's crazy how much information of your guys' stuff that I just
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. Greg's like,
I handed my phone to Nick for
Here.
lunch today. I'm like, if it locks, Kevin knows the pass. I gave you the password. You're like, I'm never gonna remember. I'm like, Kevin knows it. Don't worry.
It's one of those
Yeah.
things where like Nick walked over and I was like, I have no idea, and I was like, wait,
I do.
and then I was like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
And then I had to walk over 4 more times, and Kevin's like, just memorize it. Just memorize the fucking. But to me, I'm like, I don't want to know it because you might kill someone someday, and the piece of evidence that would damn me and like into it, like bring me into your stupid tick fucking frenzy, killing spree.
My Lyme disease fever dream is I
I mean, like,
murdered everyone.
Nick knows the code too. I'm like, I don't know
Nick,
the code.
at no point though, I just want to give myself credit. At
Yeah.
no point was I like, hey, you should learn this. I
You
was just quietly every
you
time.
looked me in the eyes with a
I looked you in
look
the
of
eyes.
stupid. You were like, you're a fucking idiot.
No, the
Nick.
first time I looked you in the eyes because I was like, I have no fucking clue what this is. Then
I was like, you know it.
maybe if I just, oh, okay.
I was like, you
Yeah.
know it. You
Yeah.
know it, bro.
You ever
Bro,
do that
know
where
it.
you see a car go by and you're like, if that car would have hit somebody, could I have remembered the license plate? So you start trying to like come up with it real quick.
All the
Like,
time.
I've done that sometimes.
mnemonic devices.
I don't even bother.
I figured
way.
out finally after 35 years on the earth, 36 years on the earth, that if instead of going like, 1, 4, just like 14, 35, like, put the numbers together,
Oh, yeah,
shorten
yeah.
out the amount of numbers I need to remember.
But
Stupid.
then you
Yeah.
have the letters like right away.
1, 2, 3, bufuck.
All you
Like,
need
it's one-
all you
yeah,
need is the
letters.
make, model, color, and like the first couple letters, and they'll
They're
find
getting
it.
away.
I always do last 3. Because I was taught whenever we do Ubers,
You're
I was
you're
like,
the only
Different
one, and you
states,
fuck it all up
different
every time I'm with
states,
you.
guys.
it's last 3s because when I worked at a car dealership, that's how we read the VINs and the license plate numbers.
Yeah,
It was always the
last
last
3.
3. You'd go out and be like,
It's always last 3. Last 3 of your social, last 3 of your phone number,
I
last 3 of
always
this.
took fucking loaner cars. Holy shit. I would go everywhere in these goddamn loaner cars. It was so dope. I would have to like travel 50 minutes in like a really like nice $80,000 car. It was really awesome.
I would love that.
But then you'd walk onto the parking lot like, all right, what's the last 3? Oh, 439. Oh, okay. Oh, it's the fucking thing.
And
That's how
like
we
in
did it.
modern days, when it's like, oh, we're with a group, and it's like, oh, we're gonna get the Uber, and it's like, hey, look out for it. It's a black Camry license plate, and then you say like a couple numbers. You're saying the first numbers, not the last numbers. Andy says the last numbers, throws us all off. We're looking for it. We can't fucking find it.
Well, you have to go at least
Cancels
3.
on
You have
us.
to go at
How's
least
Andy
3
in charge?
deep.
I
That's
always,
the real problem.
That's a real problem.
You know what I mean? Andy's great at a lot of things.
I say the last 3 and then I look at my phone and I'm not looking at
No,
it.
here's the thing. It's not that
You're looking at your home screen. It's just like some.
Andy's the one with he'll have eyes on the car. I'll tell him which one to look for, but he's looking for the last numbers. I'm telling him the first numbers.
Oh,
That
that's,
makes
that's
sense.
always
That
what
makes
happens.
sense. That makes
Yeah, makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
That's always what happens.
What would you guys do?
For the Ubers? First.
Yeah.
First 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I had to do the first 3 because
Hard to break habits.
Uber has a weird thing. I don't know what it is. I'm assuming they ship them license plates,
Yeah, they have a lot of matching ones.
but they have a lot of matching. Like the first 6 numbers are the same, so you have to read the whole thing. It's very weird.
I had it when we were leaving Austin, going to the
okay.
airport. I had we came out from the hotel and I walked out and we were waiting for the car, and the car pulled up and some other older gentleman went over there and like put his bag in, and he was almost getting in. I'm like, I'm sorry, you sure about this? He's like, yeah, Uber. I'm like, no, I got it. And like the driver was about to get back in. I was like, whatever your name is, Miguel or whatever. And he's like, yeah. And the guy's like, oh, I thought, and he like started getting really mad at the guy and getting vaguely racist about it. I was like, all right, everybody, see you later. You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here. He's like, oh, I guess I used the wrong language. I was like, no, you just mumbled, I'm sure, and climbed in the fucking car, you asshole.
You didn't
Get out
check
of here.
the fucking thing because you're an old ass and you don't understand how technology works. It's like the same reason I talk to my dad's ear every time we fucking FaceTime.
Why are you FaceTiming?
Because I love the pictures I get from FaceTiming my dad. It's always it's like a part of his head. You know what it reminds me of? It's like those Google things where it's like find all the stop signs.
Yeah.
It's like find all the parts of this image that have your dad's head in it, and it's just the lower one. It's the one corner.
Oh my God, there's a fucking incredible Facebook group that is a bunch of people role playing as boomers, like as just
Baby
old
boomers?
people on
Yeah.
Facebook, and it's just people role playing with fake profile names, fake profile photos, and oh my God, dude, the comments.
so funny.
It's a photo. Kevin, can you look for it? It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Why it's
Paulo
so
was
funny?
reading it to me and
But it's
showing
like
me.
a random photo of a woman from like here up, like at a weird angle, and then the comment is like, congratulations on so and so's wedding. Oh, he had a great time, and it's like sometimes it's all caps. Sometimes like things are just weirdly.
I love it.
like,
No
it's-
punctuation probably whatsoever.
There's just a bunch of weird shit,
sent
dude.
via Facebook message somehow.
Yeah, like
how? How did you do that?
Fucking Bernard died over the weekend. Like, weird shit on photos that have nothing to do
God.
with each other.
It's every picture I get from my parents still has the fucking little dot in the corner, the live
That's
video thing.
dangerous. That's dangerous. Be careful with that.
I'm like,
my
you guys
God.
you
The
gotta take that fucking
Dude,
off.
the funniest fucking thing. I think I've talked about this before. But one of my best friends, CP, and Caesar, brothers, he just texted me one day. I was like, go look at my mom's Facebook profile. And it was her default photo. It was a really terrible photo of Rod Stewart on stage at a live concert with. Now this is gonna sound bad, but this was after I think like there was a mass shooting or something, and you know how Facebook does put these up for solidarity or whatever. So it's Rod Stewart on stage with like a France flag, like kind of overlaid on it.
I fucking hate old people.
It made no sense, dude.
She loves Rod Stewart in France. She
You can
saw
tell
it.
there was a lot of missteps, man.
Like she did not mean for that to happen.
No, not at all.
That's so fucking funny.
Here we go. Oh my God.
Throw it up. Jane Trainer, my husband Steve passed away last night.
And all the comments.
How do I quit this? I don't want to see this on my page. I hate dead people. Ghosts haunts.
That's
Scrolling
so
through.
fucking funny.
Keep scrolling through.
No, this is just responses to that one.
Hold on.
We gotta find a
got
different
it.
one.
Oh my God.
That's
It's
hilarious.
super hard to find though.
Sorry for your loss. Sending prayer. Sorry for your loose. A picture of Jesus.
Oh my God.
And
This is too fucking
It's just
real.
like fake people role playing, and it's like
That's
so
awesome.
goddamn
That's really
funny,
smart.
man.
That's fucking funny.
If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Kinda Funny Podcast. Each and every week we gather around this here table, bringing you our lives, whether it be a peacock or a tick. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny.
Pizza hungry raccoon.
Oh, man, I want to meet him. I want to party with that guy. You can get the show early, ad-free, and with the pre and post shows. You can watch it live as we record it as well. But if you have no bucks to toss our way, no big deal. Head on over to youtube.com/kindafunny, roosterteeth.com. Podcast services around the globe each and every Friday for a brand new episode. We have a post show to record now. So until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.
I'd like to believe that none of us at this table will ever be that oblivious as far as technology is concerned.
No, we will be.
But I'm pretty sure I'm already there.
I don't know, man. I have a feeling I won't be, and I'm.
Kevin will pride himself on it. Tim will just act like being tech savvy is not cool anymore, so you don't do it anymore.
It's real easy.
It's true.
I feel like Tim's gonna lock at some point where he's gonna hit at like 45,
Gonna give up?
52. No, he's just gonna be like, "This is the technology I have. If I need to go forward, I'm not gonna."
Oh.
Like,
Well, once
this
they
is
start
all I
putting
need.
technology in Jordans, like that's when you'll. That's
that
the
shit
leap.
happened years
That's
ago.
the singularity.
Right?
It did.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Nike Plus, baby.
Yeah.
Man, I watched. By the way, someone brought up Chernobyl earlier in the podcast. Fascinating PBS documentary on how they built.
No, it was me.
Okay.
Yeah,
it was me.
I did.
No,
Okay.
Kevin was saying you brought it up. It wasn't somebody.
thought it
I
was
think
me.
you riffed off it really well, so I thought for a second,
No,
but
it wasn't me.
Yeah.
But
I gotta take a call. I love you.
Go
guys.
for it.
Love you guys.
Bye, get out of here.
Fucking fascinating documentary about how they had to build. You know, they built that structure on Chernobyl to like keep the core radiation from popping out.
Yeah, sure.
But they built it very hastily, and it's starting to degrade and fall apart. And so they had to figure out about 12 years ago. They had to figure out how to fucking build another structure on it. But they can't build anything on top of it because the radiation would kill everyone still because it's so powerful. So they had to make a half dome, a half circle, and slide it over. But it had to be a perfect cutout of the building.
Oh wow!
It's fucking.
It's like that TV show.
Where's this documentary?
It's on Netflix. PBS released a bunch of documentaries on Netflix.
I wanna watch that.
watched
They're trying
that.
to cash in now.
Dude,
Sure.
it is
Fucking Chernobyl's hot
fucking
again.
unbelievable. And they were like, this structure is so heavy that we can't use casters because it'll compact them and they won't stop. So we have to do, they had to slide it. They have these Teflon pads that they built. And they built it on a track, and they had to spray the pads, and then giant hydraulic winches on all sides would push it 1 inch. So they would lock in and go,
Yeah.
and then slide, lock in. But they were like, we have to be careful. We have lasers monitoring the sides of it because if
all lined up and
because if it gets even to like a half a foot off, it'll tweak the whole fucking building, and we're fucked. We have to start over.
That's awesome.
Insane.
Please Slack me to remind me of it. 'Cause
I will
do
Slack
wanna
you to
watch
remind
it.
you. It's
Ladies and
fucking
gentlemen,
awesome.
I forgot that I have a Comic-Con call right now, so I have to go take that. So I leave you in the capable hands of Cool Greg.
All right.
What's up, Cool G?
Hey, what's up,
Now, Cool
guys?
G, let me ask you this question. We brought you up earlier today. How down would you be for spending a little extra time every day uploading all the Love and Sex Stuff episodes to our Pornhub channel? Would you be down for this?
I mean, I would do it. I wouldn't like it. I'd rather not do it.
Okay, you don't have to. I can't make you do this.
You can't.
I can't say the terms of your employment are such that no, I can't make you do this. This is a total joke. But don't you think that it would be fun to have a Pornhub channel with all 11 sex? I think they do well, like legit well. How to get laid, how to kiss.
But they would get all the ad rev. Like, shouldn't we push them just to our
No, we
show?
can get ad rev from it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, and I'll put the account information in there. Daddy's gonna make some money.
All right, chill out. Stop calling yourself daddy.
I just feel like anyone can have a Pornhub channel
It's
now. Like
making me
Barrett and I
a
could
cool-
start the Barrett Nick Pornhub channel, and not fuck, and it'd be or we can fuck whatever you want.
Kevin, I'm sending you
No.
I want
sending
to
you
see
the-
more of these.
I'm sending you the actual photo of Rod Stewart because the funniest thing about it is it's a real bad photo of Rod
Can
Stewart.
you send it to assets, please?
Yeah. It's like like his eyes are closed and everything.
Oh shit! Enigmatic one asked Nick, "Are there any SDCC plans for Kind of Funny this week?" I think Greg has a few things going on, obviously with Kyle, but I actually forgot to mention that I have a 7 at American Comedy Co. On Thursday night. I'll be at the 7:30 showing of Mark Ellis' show. I'm gonna open for him. Just the 7:30 showing. So if you guys want to grab tickets to that, go to markellislive.com and check that out. I'll tweet about it right now. I totally forgot to start promoting that. Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. That is so. But it's not even. He's not even doing anything. He's just standing on stage.
He's standing on stage blinking.
With his eyes closed.
That's the best.
And it's a weird pose. It's everything about the photo that like oh my
It's
God,
what your
dude.
mom would do. Oh, that's a great picture. Not thinking anything about composition, clarity,
yeah.
resolution.
No, but I think it was all just
It's
an
blue-
accident.
It's blue, white, and red already too. They're like that's what they needed, right?
What do you mean?
Yeah, your mom. She probably. Oh no, I think in Facebook doesn't it apply the filter for you?
Yeah,
Does it?
Yeah,
Facebook.
I think it has the thing.
Facebook, like when you, like if there's anything they're trying to promote, like even like Detective Pikachu when it was coming out, there was like, oh, you can add a picture of Pikachu on your photo. Check out these cool promotion of filters.
All right.
And so this one was one of those like I guess there was a shooting in England. It was like a mass murder or something really really
Why
bad.
would it be those colors in England? I think you're thinking of France or Paris.
France,
It was
France. My bad.
The Paris shooting.
Yeah. And so there was one of those overlays that like, hey, in solidarity, show your support or whatever.
That's-
And like, you could tell it was all an accident, but it just, God, it was so
Dude,
fucking
I'm
funny.
telling you what. Here's the thing though. Real talk. Facebook and Facebook Messenger and all these things confuse me. I
Yeah.
can't even imagine what our parents. How do you navigate this? Like
It's
you go to
so
Facebook,
hard.
there's 50 fucking different buttons. What is communities, groups, the thing? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, when I posted
it's madness.
when I posted the first breakout of us freaking out to Keanu Reeves, Mara in our community, she posted, "Hey, can you make this post public? Because I want to share it." And I was like, What do you mean it's not public? And I looked and I made a lot of stuff private just because I don't want people like snooping into my fucking
it's your Facebook. Yeah,
yeah,
keep
whatever.
a little something for yourself.
And so I was like, I can't make it public from the web. What the fuck? Joey was like, try it from the app. And on the app you can do it. On the web you can't.
Dude, I posted links to the URL shortened link from for waiting for the punchline. I was like, everyone go check this out. It doesn't work on Facebook. Works on the app. Works on mobile. You go to the fucking. You go to your, or actually it works on web browser, but it doesn't work on mobile. I was like, Facebook, get your shit together.
Yeah.
You have one fucking job. People post links. You allow them to share the links. That's it. That's what you do. And you let my mom put pictures of Rod Stewart with the French flag, which I have to imagine was solidarity for what was the last shooting in France? It wasn't the God, it wasn't a terrorist shooting, was it?
It was at a concert, I think. I forgot what it was. It was really bad. Like all of them are. But
yeah, I know. Game Jumper X says, Nick, stop over at Madhouse Comedy after your show. It's 2 blocks away. You could do a pop-in spot. Maybe. That sounds fun. Let me know if you're going to be working there. Mr. Yasmin 300 says, Nick, tell us, are you going to sneak into the Top Gun 2 panel at SDCC? I'm not going to any panels at SDCC. I don't even have a pass. I'm actually literally just going to go down and do the show. Hopefully see you guys there. Again, American Comedy Co. 7:30 on Thursday. And just hang out with some people that I haven't seen in a while and go to a couple parties. That's pretty much it. It's going to be fun. Greg has a bunch of other stuff that he's doing, though, so I'm sure he'll announce that if he hasn't already. Lexi Gunner says, I grabbed some Via 313 at the club location only to leave it at the Recess Bar Arcade.
Oh no,
that
Lexi.
sucks. Why would you do that?
Yeah, so after...
that's the worst.
After Achievement
That is
Hunter
the
Live,
worst.
me, Fredo, Jackie, and Tim went to that location, and we're starving, right? We had drinking a bit, we were looking for some food, and we go into this area, and it's legitimately at a club. Like, loud-ass music, people dancing, with a little Via 313 truck right next to it. Like, it's still on the... It's not outside of the premises, it's in there. We walk upside, we're like, oh, the music's loud, it's really sweaty in here. Yeah, I'd like to take a Detroiter. I got a 55-minute wait. I was like, oh, dude, what?
No.
So we left and we went to Pluckers, and it was an experience.
I've never been to Pluckers either.
Oh, my God.
I know. I would have gladly gone to either of those as opposed to... here's the problem, though. So we went to IHOP. We had a good time. Kevin and I ate our faces off. Here's the deal, though. Like, you can only go... We had, like, 9 people with us. You can only go so many places with 9 people.
Yeah.
At a certain point, I looked, and everyone's always like, let's go to the fair. I'm like, no, guys.
We're not going to fit in
We're
there.
not going to fit.
Yeah.
We're going to have to wait 40 minutes for a fucking table. It's 4th of July. People were fighting me a little bit, but as soon as I made my case, I was like, there's so many of us. The only place we can go to is, like, a Denny's right now.
Yeah.
Or an IHOP. And we did, and it was amazing. Let's see. Game Jumper X says, Nick, yes, I have to work a lot during SDCC. Cool. Are you working the door? Or are you actually a comic? I'm confused by this. Oh my God. I told you this, but I'll tell everyone. I went and saw a comedian on Friday. I went and saw with Yusuf and Becky. Went and saw a comedian named Mo Amer. And holy fuck, was he one of the funniest people I've ever seen live. I think he has a Netflix special. Everyone should go check it out. But if you get a chance, if he ever comes to your city, watch this human. Because he was one of the most entertaining hours I've spent watching comedy. And I don't even like watching stand-up comedy that much, truth be told. I like doing it.
Ify was really good.
Ify was awesome.
Ify was so
I thought
fucking
Ify
funny.
and Christina were great too. Oh yeah, that's right. We haven't caught up about the comedy night. Everyone thinks you should do stand-up, by the way. Unanimously. Everyone says, everyone was funny, but the person that's always funniest is Andy.
No.
And it's
Dude,
like,
this show-
it's like I'm giving them Square Guys pizza. What they want is Via 313.
The standouts for me.
Do you understand?
At the comedy show. For me.
This is talking about the RTX comedy night show.
Yeah.
It was 3 weeks ago, but Andy hasn't been back
Yeah,
in 3
sorry
weeks.
guys. The standouts for me, I thought Josh was great. I thought Ify was fantastic. Christina was really, really great. Those are probably my top 3.
Which ones?
Ify, well, I mean, he's a pro. We
Ify
can't
and
really-
Christina are pros.
Well, yeah, Christina's a pro too. That's right.
But Ify's been doing it for like 7 years.
Josh's set was fantastic.
Josh, for a first time going up, was wonderfully done. And what I'll say
I missed
about
a lot of
Josh,
Tim's and Kevin's because I was so nervous backstage just trying to remember shit.
Michael James in the chat says tickets are half price for the 7:30 show, so I'm going. Awesome, I'll see you there. We'll cheers each other. It's a really cool club. It's very small. I like it.
I scared Kevin quite a bit.
Kevin was
and then
terrified that
I
whole day.
scared myself because he got scared. I thought he was after Tim, the opener.
Yeah.
And I walked up and I just thought he was second for some reason. And I walked up and I was like, or no, maybe it was after you. Yeah, it was after Nick. You were doing your bit in the beginning.
Yeah.
Tim was
thanks for the
opening.
compliment.
Tim was. Well, I mean, you're great. Yeah, you're great. Actually, you were really, really good. So Tim is up, but I didn't know that. I thought it was Kevin. And I walk up to Kevin. And I was like, "You're up, dude. You're up." And he goes, "What? I'm up?"
Fucking terrifying.
And I scared the shit because he was like, "I have 4 people to go in my mind. I'm up right now." which in my mind goes, fuck, when am I up? If he doesn't know he's up, and we both look at the set list, we're like, oh no, we got like 4 or 5 more people.
Isn't that a
We're
great
good.
feeling when you go, oh, I don't have to go up just yet. I got 10 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, very scary.
Fucking- I hate
But it was so funny looking backstage and seeing like all of these people who get on camera for a living pacing.
Freaking out. I
It
know.
was, backstage, it was me, Kevin, Alana, Josh, Fredo. We probably walked like a collective 4 miles, just walking back and forth, trying to. Yeah,
Psychopaths.
it was really funny looking.
I had such a fun time doing that show. I've been having a lot of fun recently in comedy just because I've been booked a lot lately. So I've kept it. I haven't like gotten the rust on. I've had shows pretty much every week for like the last couple months.
And no rust, huh?
What's that?
No, nothing. I'm joking. I said, and no rust.
No rust, 0 rust. It's been so fun, but that show specifically was such a fucking blast for me because hosting's easy. I mean, hosting, I just get up and do 7 minutes of the 10 minutes of material that I do every fucking week, and then I get
you were
to
fantastic.
and then I get to just fill in and bring the energy back up from stuff.
The fill-ins, like every time you came up, you had something funny and interesting to say. That was really, really like impressive.
Thank you.
That was really good.
Yeah, it's really fun for me. So I don't know. I want to do it again next year for sure. And I'm kicking around me and Patrick had talked, and he was like, "Listen, we hear you. Maybe a bigger place next year would be great." And I was like, "Or 2 shows. We do a 7:30 and 9:30, or we do 2 nights. You don't have to be on both." What I'm saying is,
I mean, I just don't want to.
the thing is this. What I'm saying is there's so many people on there that I'm like, I would love to get everyone back, but I just feel like 18 comedians on the run of shows a little bit too long. And what I'd like to do is bring all the. I'm not saying I want all of them back. I want anyone that wants to do it again, but I want to bring in more seasoned comics as well, because I would like to getting to know Iffy was cool. Getting to actually work with Christina again was cool, and we finally bonded. And that's just selfishly, it's just fun for me to like work with other comics who have been doing it more because it inspires me. So we'll see what happens. But everyone, come out to that 7:30 show on Thursday. It'll be fun. It's gonna be a blast. They have really, really bad Moscow mules, so I don't know if I'm selling that for you or not, but it's gonna be good. I think Josh's on it, Ken's on it, Mark is on it, and Mark usually programs it with a lot of good LA comics as well. So there's gonna be quite a few people there. I'm sure I'll be the worst, but you can come make fun of me. It'll be fun. How long have we been going on this post show, Kev? I don't know.
13 minutes.
13 whole minutes.
Just keep talking.
Yeah, we gave you guys a little bit more. We'll keep you a little bit
talking.
more. We'll keep.
Let's just keep
what are we
talking.
gonna do for KFAF this week?
Good question. Great
Are we
question.
gonna somehow be sad about Andrea or?
Oh, should we do an in memoriam on Andrea and like act like
my
you know how like
God.
when people are gonna die but they want a live funeral like while they're still alive so they can hear what people said about them? Should we do that for Andrea?
Sounds like it's just gonna turn into a roast. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
You don't think Andrea's gonna do it that well? No. You don't think it's gonna immediately turn into roast of Kevin?
Fucking hate you guys.
That's a fun one. I could write some stuff about Kev.
How about you just don't?
Cameron Kennedy, you streaming tonight? No, I'm not.
Let's keep it at work stuff, okay?
Game Jam Rex says, Nick, I am a cook and comic at Madhouse. Or well, okay, cool.
Andy, put
Yeah,
your
I'll come by and check it out.
spot back on, goddammit. Commit to a look.
Just so you know, I might stick around for the 9 o'clock show, not to get a set, but just to support the guys, and I also have a party afterwards. So we'll see if I can. But I'll try to pop by if I can. Game Jumper X.
I can't wait to continue with Stranger Things. I'm really excited.
Dude, it's so
and
fucking great.
I'm most excited that I watched Lion King over the weekend. That way, like
I know. I
tonight's
thank you for
free.
reminding me because I saw you do it at 11. I freaked out because I came home at 11:30 from trying to see Michael Che last night, but
So
it didn't
the
work
AM
out.
PM wrong.
And I was like, oh, fuck, Andy's watching this now? This is supposed to be guys. Then I was like, oh, that's AM.
Yeah.
11:59 AM.
I happened to wake up a little early. I was like, I want to get this out of the way.
Because you slacked it at 11:59, and I was like, "Fuck, Andy!" I looked at the Slack to make sure. It's like, "Fuck, Andy's watching it." I was like, "Wait a minute, it's 11:30, 11:59 a.m."
Yeah.
Tell you what, I was
Shocker
tired
that
last
I was
night.
up that early.
Yeah, what the hell are you doing?
I don't know.
Time zone
Time zone
change.
change.
Yeah, you got acclimated.
throws me out.
Jet lag.
I mean, there was a fantastic Overwatch League final. San Francisco Shock lost.
Good. Fuck
They
them.
almost had a reverse sweep.
Burn blue.
Burn blue, man.
Burn blue.
I mean, we were there in solidarity with our Dallas Fuel brothers. Shanghai, who didn't win a single match last year, who didn't win a single fucking. They went like 0-20.
They suck.
Then they went like 0-30 again or whatever. They were just terrible. They made it to the stage 3 final. They knocked out the top 3 teams, and it was scary. It's the first to 4 wins.
Mm-hmm.
First to 4 wins. They got to 3, and it was 3-0, and then San Francisco won 3-1. San Francisco won again, 3-2.
Siri.
San Francisco won again, 3-3. And it was like, oh my God, is San Francisco really running this back? I have to go fucking play basketball. This match is going
Fucking
on.
Todd's out there talking
double the
shit,
amount of
bro.
time. And then Shanghai eventually won. It was fantastic.
Well,
But then
very
I
glad
played a
for
lot of
you.
basketball yesterday too.
Oh, good for you. You had a nice little weekend.
I did, yeah.
I'm excited to talk about Lion King tomorrow as well. It's been a year. It's been years since I've seen that movie.
my God,
And
it's
watching
probably
it
been
last night
20
was
years.
very fascinating.
Yeah.
I like this idea for KFAF of roasting Kevin and Andrea.
Okay.
So I feel like maybe if she's in tomorrow,
Should we do the Mexican candy?
on Wednesday. Oh, should we do the pinata?
What?
We got our pinata.
No, the Mexican candy taste test.
Oh, we could do Mexican candy taste test. Sure. I thought you meant for Andrea, like because it's her. We get our pinata.
You get a
drops.
celebratory going away pinata.
We can only put 3 pieces of candy in it because Kevin doesn't want to clean up all of them. And I respect that. All right, everyone. We love you very, very much. Thank you all. What? What? We got to wait for 1 minute?
Waiting for Nick,
Oh,
was the
good.
RTX stand-up
Kevin,
show
come on.
recorded?
The RTX stand-up show was recorded. We have no plans to put it out just yet, but we'll work on that and get back to you all. On that note, thank you all very much. Don't forget, show SDCC come out Thursday night, 7:30, American Comedy Co. I'll be there. Mark will be there. Josh will be there. You guys can blink and open your eyes and try to figure out which one I am, Josh or me. Spoilers: Josh is taller and more jacked. Andy, it's been fun. The other guys fucking suck donkey dick. And don't tell them I said that because I'll never know because I don't watch the end of these things. You guys are awesome out there. Thank you for supporting us. We'll be back next week, but until then, it's been our pleasure to serve you.